We want you.
Yeah. They hate when you elevate. Stacking up losses, I'm handing them out. Yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment. I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly. I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate. Elevate. They hate when you elevate. Elevate. Yeah. They hate when you elevate. Elevate. They hate when you elevate. Yeah. I had to elevate.
All right. What's good, Ray Davis? What's the
word? Chilling. What's good with you? How was your weekend?
And everything's good. You know me, man. I worked the wraparound shift, so this ain't my weekend. but we good. And I'm taking a little vacation this week, going out of town with the wife. And I was like, you know what? Let me get a live in. There's some things that's been going on, and I didn't want to miss an opportunity to speak on it. Shout out to whoever might be in the chat. I know there's like 4 people in here supposedly. Don't forget to hit the like button when you come in the building. Yeah, man, a couple things to talk about. You know what I mean? We had a pretty good event. It was a decent little event, right? A little Top Rank, a little Golden Boy, not Top Rank. I was gonna say a little Golden Boy event that went down. Or Shaquiefoster fought on that card. Bruce Carrington fought on that card.
Right. It was Top Rank. You said Golden Boy, but it's cool. I know what you meant.
It was Top Rank. Oh no, yeah. Golden Boy was the other card.
The day before.
It was the day before, right? It was a Top Rank card, exactly.
Right, exactly. I got your back, homie.
So yeah,
that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for.
We're gonna build on some things, you know what I'm saying? Also, Canelo Alvarez kind of got us a little bit closer to the answer that everybody wants to know. Who are you fighting on May 4th? We know who he's not fighting, right? And we're to figure out the rest of it on who he is fighting, so we can speak about that a little bit as well. You know what I mean? And we'll speak a little bit about the Devin Haney card coming up. Well, the fight, because we don't even know who's on the card. Do you know who's on that card? I don't think that information's come out yet.
No, I didn't hear anything. I think it's supposed to be pretty stacked. Hitchens might be on that card, though. That'd be good.
Nah, Hitchens is actually about to be
he's fighting on somebody else's card, ain't he?
Right. He getting ready to fight on the a card that's coming. I want to say like March 8th.
Yeah,
he's getting ready to be on the card.
Yeah, he's about to fight. So right. Who is on that card?
I have no idea. But we know about Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia. Some conversations came up a little bit earlier. Shout out to everybody who's in the building. Please remember hit that like the thumbs up for me when you come in. Yeah, I mean, we can start with the Top Rank card that just went by. Not the whole card, obviously, but the two important fights that I feel were on the card was Shaquiefoster and Abraham Nova fight. Congratulations on Shaquiefoster for winning his fight. But at the same time, some questions were brought up a little bit, right? Wasn't his best performance. Seems like he had some issues concerning the weight cut. Seemed to be a complicated weight cut for him, and it looks like he just didn't have his legs under him the way he probably would have had it. Nothing compared to his last fight he had against, what was this, Eduardo Hernandez,
right?
That he had that fight with. So, questions as to where does he go from here? What does O'Shaquie do at this point? Is he moving forward to go up to 135? Is he he looks like he wants to hang at 130 as long as he can. So he said he's thinking about hiring a nutritionist, to kind of monitor the weight situation. What do you think about it?
Oh, well, I'm gonna tell you what I think. I think that his performance was not what I expected, but it was a good fight. Right. I mean, I don't know, and to be honest with you, I don't know if it was really him missing having a tough weight, or just Nova just stepping up his game. Like, you know what I mean? That's a hard bullet to swallow, a pill to swallow. You can't figure out which one it is. Red or blue pill.
Right. I mean, I'm sure it was a little both, right? It was probably a little bit of both. I just think when you watch old Shaky fight, you could definitely see like, okay, there was some things that was off with him that night. And he even admitted, obviously, he said, I think he thought he got hit in his right bicep. So that kind of, I just didn't see a performance against Abraham Nova. In all honesty, even against Eduardo Hernandez, you know what I mean? It was a decent performance, but who's he as far as championship quality is concerned, as far as him getting championships in 135? It's a real stacked division right now. So maybe he gets a nutritionist, gets a couple of fights. People are looking at potentially a Lamont Roach for him, as a to try to at least unify up there. I think that's a decent fight for him. I think Lamont Roach is a real great fighter.
Really good fight.
I mean,
that's a really good
Lamont
fight.
Just beat Hector Garcia.
Yeah,
right.
That'd be a really good fight.
Right.
If he does decide, look, we'll have to see how he does. I think he can make it at 135. He shows he really be tough. Let me put it that way. Him moving up will only make him, be able to absorb more shots, and he walks through stuff, man. Like he's solid on the chin. Now he seems to like the. I don't know if it's me, but it seems like he likes the violence. Salute Jack. Yeah. Salute Andrew Charles. It seems that he likes that. You know what I mean? And weather the storm, bro. Like, I mean, I think he was cautious with Nova because of the once he seen the reach that Nova had, and he didn't want to take a chance on trying to get in there because he's going to get hit. You know what I mean? Why give up points? I'll get up points instead of staying on the outside and get my rhythm together. I think it was a little late on that, but while he was figuring that out, he was getting tagged, and Nova was doing his thing. I think if Nova didn't tire himself out, we might have seen a different fight, especially with that knockdown in the lead rounds.
Yeah, that knockdown seemed to be a significant part of the fight for him. It seemed to really kind of seal the deal for him. I feel like he was still winning the fight, but it was a very close fight until that knockdown. That knockdown really caused the separation. You know what I mean? So, I mean, look, it is what it is. We'll be looking forward to see what his next moves are going to be. Like I said, a big guy. Another guy on the card who really showed out. Like I think we all expected him to do it, but his future is bright, man. Bruce Carrington, Shu Shu, really showed who he was. Shout out to the guy he was fighting. He reminded me like of a young Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying?
He was quick with it.
Yeah, he was jumping in, coming with like 2-3 shot combos and jumping back out, and he was using his lateral movement. And in honesty, it looked like Shu Shu took a couple of rounds kind of get his tempo, to like get his timing down with him, because he was really just all over the place. So not all over the place, but just real good at getting in and getting out. And I think Shu Shu really had a game plan in his mind to be walking him down and knock him out. You could tell Shu Shu was like focused on I'm going to end this dude. He wanted to make a statement in that fight. But once he got that timing down, he started connecting. And I had an opportunity to speak to Shu Shu a little bit earlier today on Mill City. Shout out to Mill City. And he pretty much co-signed that, basically saying it took some while to get his timing down, but once he was able to cut the lanes and make it to where he could at least force him to move to the right, when he was able to cut off that left out for him and force him to go one direction, at that point it was just about timing him and connecting with that right hook. He started letting off those hooks and finally caught him with a beautiful one that that could be on the conversation for knockout of the year, even though it's early in the year. I think that definitely goes into the conversation. He laid that dude flat, face on his face, you know what I'm saying? Face planted that dude, and that dude woke up next week.
Yeah. Remember, I thought he had caught something early, and I was like, yo, he just don't want to get up. No, when they showed that replay, I was like, yo, his eyes went into the back of his head. He was concussed. And he laid there. Yeah, he was gone. Yeah.
Yeah, he was definitely gone. And, wondering what Shu Shu wants to do next. At this point, I don't even know. Are we calling him a contender at this point, or is he still in prospect status?
I think he's been a contender for quite a while.
I mean, he just got Top Rank, and Ringside just gave him prospect of the year for 2023. So, I mean, at some point he transitioned to a contender, if he is a contender, or they're still considering him to be a prospect. I don't know how they're looking at it, but in my opinion, at this point, with the performances he's been putting on, it's either you're going to start going after some belts at 126, trying to, you know what I'm saying, go after, because I know people also want to see him. They really want to see him fight Inoue, right? But Inoue fights at 122, so you know, Shu Shu today said he's definitely not going down to 122. He has no aspirations of going down to 122.
I'm
so
not
either
even
he's
in my opinion, I'm not interested in that. I'd rather see him.
I think it'd be a good fight, but yeah, I think there's much more in front of him than behind him with Inoue.
Yeah, like Fulton, Fedor, whatever his name. I gotta make sure I say it right because there's 2 Fedoras in the league there. So, but I think those guys are really good fights at 126. If he gets to the mix of that, and there's a lot of other fighters in there that he can really test his styles and his boxing ability against, instead of just sitting there and worrying about Inoue. Inoue's a big boy. He swells up pretty good, man. Like, and he's known, and especially if you're going to go out there, that's going to be a tough fight. I'm not saying I see holes, but excuse me. But I see situations with Inoue where I don't see too many flaws. Now we gotta accept that. And when you see a guy that makes little mistakes, that makes it hard to beat. Especially when
100%.
You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how fast you are, right.
And also, like Shu Shu said today, which I thought was very important. It was impressive. Not impressive, but it was impressive. But you know, he wants to fight like 4 or 5 times. He wants to fight at least 4 times this year. So, you know, if you're talking about activity, you can't wait on an Inoue to come around, or you know what I mean? You gotta move forward. And if it's meant to be, it will happen. There are a lot of great fights that he can make out there. He's finally starting to build that buzz around himself where people are starting to realize. He gave that little Mike Tyson speech, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the fight, you know what I mean? I can't quote it word for word, but you remember it. My defense is impregnable. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Praise be to God. You know what I'm saying? You know, he was representing that Brownsville, and it was a perfect time to put a little speech like that, being that he was in his hometown. He was in New York, right? Madison Square Garden. And he was repping his fan base was in there. He gave that the knockout of the evening. Clearly, it was a time for him to give that speech. It was a good timing on that speech.
Right.
But you know, he made it clear, like, I'm in the building. You know, he's talking to everybody. I'm definitely in the building, and we're not taking no shorts. Right. You know, he wants anybody. I would like to see him. You know who got brought up that I think would be a great fight with Shu Shu?
Sure.
Robesi Ramirez, bro.
That'd be a good fight.
That'd be a good fight, man. Robesi Ramirez and Shu Shu Carrington. I think I'd like to see that, man. I think that puts Shu Shu right there. That's like kind of like the Keyshawn Davis Pedraza effect, right? Like, you know, getting that name fighter that really puts you on the map. He beats Robesi Ramirez, you know what I mean? He's that guy. And you know, ultimately probably gets that next shot against Espinoza, right? Try to get that title. But I'm sure Robesi's trying to get his rematch in anyway, but
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I think we got a lot going on. Salute to Echo for welcome, and Stop Motion welcome. Bradley 68, my man. What's going on, player?
What's
always
up?
Good to have you. All of you.
Definitely.
Appreciate everybody. Just remember, smash the link, guys, when you come in. The like button, I'm sorry, when you come in. The link will be up shortly. Definitely.
Shout out to you guys. Shout out. What's up, Stop Motion? Salute. Yeah, man. So, you know, I'd like to see him against like a Robesi Ramirez or something. I don't know if that's in the stars for him right now. You know, I think he's high risk, low reward right now for a fighter like Robesi, who's, you know, really was at the top of the division for a minute and took that loss against Espinoza in that big upset. He's probably more so looking towards, you know, getting back at Espinoza and seeing if he can get a rematch there rather than. But once again, just saying, for whatever it's worth, I wouldn't mind seeing Shu Shu up in there against a Robesi or Espinoza.
There's a lot of guys at 126, man. It's a lot of good fighters.
Yeah.
What's up, Big Dre? Salute. I think y'all coming up in here, man. Y'all coming up in here to rolling in together.
Yeah. They must be coming from somewhere. I was hanging out earlier. But yeah. So, you know, that's how that goes. Now, as far as this Canelo Alvarez situation and you know, in companies, Terrence Crawford and David Benavidez and Jamal Charlo, and even rumors of a Errol Spence jumping into the conversation of a possible opponent for Canelo Alvarez. I don't know, right? But who we definitely know it's not going to be is Terrence Crawford, right? And I think at this point it's fair to say for Terrence Crawford that it might be time to leave this one alone. It might be time to move on, right?
Yeah, right.
And the question is going to be, and I think the president of the WBC, what's his name? Suleiman? Whatever his name is.
Close.
Yeah, Suleiman.
Julio Suleiman.
Yeah, he pretty much confirmed that the Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight is pretty much just not going to happen, right?
Right.
So, and I think we all understood that, but to get that confirmation,
also remember, just keep in mind too. Also remember that he is a sanctioning body. He's not really a negotiator of the fight. So, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But he really can't really. I mean, he can speak on it, like anyone else. He just, it's just pretty much an opinion. That would be disappointing. I really agree. I think that would have been a good fight to get back, but we'll see. We cool. Oh, thank you, J Miles. That's really nice, bro. I don't know what that means, but thank you. I mean, little 16. That's what's up.
Yeah, that part, whatever, I mean, Echo says, I gotta say, I'm a bit disappointed with what's happening in boxing nowadays, especially with some of these YouTube channels making stuff up to get views. It's disgusting. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, Echo. You know what the problem is? Nobody's fighting. There's not no fighting happening. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, that's a conversation within itself, right? The fact that these fights aren't being made. A lot of fights aren't being made, and we're not seeing a lot of fights. So people get bored and they start to, jump into their speculations, and they try and they want to make content, and it can get pretty nasty out here. But I definitely agree with what you're saying, man. Again, to the point to where, and another thing is a lot of these YouTube channels, they're not covering boxing. Right, they're covering. They're looking for the drama. They're looking for the rumors. They're looking for the speculation, because what you're going to come to find out as time goes by is that a lot of these content creators don't watch boxing.
Yes, you're right. So many divas. Divas.
Yeah, there are a lot of divas. A lot of people who just aren't watching boxing, and they're not talking about boxing. Echo, I'm sure you watched a fight probably yesterday. There's fights happening all the time on a lot of channels. Are they the top stars? No, but a lot of these channels are on casual fan status, and they're waiting for the biggest fights, the pay-per-views, the biggest fights to talk about. And if they don't have those fights to talk about, then they're going to jump into the rumor mill and start trying to get their content created there. So
Bradley, I so accept that, because when I say people were painting narratives, I got cursed out, but it's okay. We'll leave that alone. You know what I mean? It is what it is. They'll dig their own graves. We good. We good with that. And you're right also, Echo. There's a lot of divas out there. I mean, we can't argue with that either. That's what's crazy.
Right.
Rather, we're just in a tough pickle, man. Like, boxing is really a sport that has came back, I think, from what it was dying from. I think right after, I would say midway between Floyd, because they was trying to keep it alive with AB. It stayed afloat, and then with Earl and these guys, Bud, Thurman, it still stayed relevant. Heavyweight division has been is really, like I said, who's the superstar? We see guys that we know are superstars that we like, are really knockout artists, and then when it comes to boxing, they get beat. So we really want to see real good fights. We want to see that. We want to see guys fight each other. We want to see the best fight the best. And if they're not fighting the best, fight your highest contender. Give one of these new guys a chance. One of these upcoming guys before they get too hot, because that works too. You can put out you can extinguish the flame. That helps, and that's going to do one thing. That's going to show you that new guy coming in is bad or he not. But then again, you don't. It's boxing. We need to see what's going on. We need to get some action up in here.
We need to see matches. We need to see matches get made up, Echo. And at the end of the day, if there's boxing happening, then they're going to talk about boxing. But if there's not boxing happening, then they're going to find something else to talk about. Right. But that's what I was saying. And I think Bradley said that was Blue was just making that up like he always do about Canelo and Crawford. No, I think Canelo and Crawford was
it's speculation. I don't think it wasn't him really making it up. He was given a if I can speak, I'm not speaking for him, but if I can speak in the sense of what I understand, what he was saying is it would be a good fight for boxing, in his opinion. He was just giving a speculation based on his breakdown.
Right.
Said,
I
stop it.
I think it was no secret that Crawford was looking to make the Canelo
Right.
fight,
I
right?
agree.
So, how realistic and how close was he to getting the fight? It's always going to be up for speculation because, Canelo just came out and spoke for real, right? You got a lot of people who thought it was a realistic fight as long as the money made sense. And a lot of people wanted to see the fight. A lot of people want to see the fight. The only reason the fight's not going to happen is because Canelo has nothing to win from it. And I have to agree with Canelo's point of view on it. As far as why? If I beat him, they're going to say this. If he beats me, I lose everything, almost everything I'm working for. What do I get out of it? Money is one thing, but at the end of the day, I can respect where he's coming from. I really do respect where Canelo's coming from on it. I hope, though, he fights the fights he's supposed to fight, in my opinion, which is like the David Benavidez, fight. I think that's the fight that should be next. I'm hoping that's what it's going to be. He hasn't made clear who he is going to fight next. He said it's going to be an American. David Benavidez checks that box. He is American. But then again, we have Jamal Charlo, right, who also checks the box. But we know it's not going to be Munguia either, right? So it's probably going to be one of those two. I think everybody's, the consensus is leaning way towards Jamal Charlo as a fighter, which I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not that excited about that. I think the man's been inactive for a very long time. I think he hasn't even fought in his own weight class in a long time. I don't know, man. I think Canelo should fight David Benavidez, but we'll see what he does.
I actually go against that. I actually think Jamal Charlo will be a great fight, especially the fact he just fought his brother in a timely fashion, and Charlo's always been fighting at the heavier weights, and he's coming back. I think he actually has a strong way of showing his talent to the world and to Canelo. I think his fighting style is really good. It's unique. He's straight boxing, and he has power. He has great footwork, and he knows how to use his jab. I mean, he establishes it and throws the hooks. He does everything you need to do in a boxing match. So I do see that, and exactly. The fight with Canelo and Charlo will be just as that he just mentioned, high risk, low reward. Because on that note, as far as Canelo and Charlo, that's the same situation. I'm sorry, not Charlo. Crawford. That's a higher risk, low reward. That's almost like it's like taking a risk with as we say with the person you're 25 years old and you go try to start a fight with a guy that's 60 and you get beat up by this guy.
Right.
And you're like, okay, you just lost all your credibility. But then you beat the guy up. Everybody's shaming you because you beat up somebody that you shouldn't even be fighting.
Yeah.
At that point.
They already did that to him against Jamel, right? So it is what it is.
Exactly. So he learned his lesson.
Salute, Cash Money, man.
What's up? Yeah, salute. So just to touch on a little bit, and I don't want to really stay on this. I'm not really a basher of other channels, Bradley. I'm gonna keep that 100. I understand your thoughts and things like that, and you're entitled to all your opinions. I'm not protecting nobody. That's absolutely understandable. But just keep in mind that a lot of the channels, we all get information from other sources. Whether the sources are accurate or not, there's only people reporting what they hear. A lot of things are not true based on, lies or anything like that. It's just, I'm sorry, we're not pushing incorrect information or anything like that. We're trying to basically, just like anybody else, we see something on Twitter, we see something relevant here, and you trust your sources, then you report what your sources give you. It's just having a trusted source, and if you're wrong, you're wrong. It happens. You know what I mean? Even the real media out there, they're wrong a lot.
They do it all the time.
They don't even protect the weather right. So, got to be respectful to these guys, unfortunately. But like I said, you're entitled to your opinions. I'm not here to protect anybody. I'm just trying to keep it a buck. Like, it's a hard job being up here and trying to give the news of what you're hearing daily, especially when you're more in depth and in the trenches, such as that gentleman you're talking about.
Right. He's in the background. He's hearing.
Yeah, he talks to a lot of people. Right. He talks to a lot of people. So if he's getting bad information, I'm sorry to hear that.
Right. But at the end of the day, it's not nobody's saying. I don't think I ever heard heard Blue say that fight's going to happen. Just it could happen,
Right.
But I mean, at this point, we understand it's not going to happen now. So,
Right.
so you know what I'm saying? We know that, and like you said, Bradley, he did say that a long time ago that he wasn't interested in that fight. So it's not that it was far fetched to hear that Terrence Crawford wasn't. That to hear him say it again, no, I don't think nobody was surprised. We weren't surprised at all at that. It's just more so just confirmation. He's just doubling down, especially in the conversation of May 4th, just to understand that he's definitely not part of that conversation.
Yeah, right. And a lot of people were reporting that that's a possibility over and over and over. It wasn't just Blue Blood. Salute the Blue Blood, by the way.
And the agenda is probably to make a fight. Let's be real.
Right.
Let's be honest.
People just wanted to see Crawford fight, and they didn't care if it was him or Boots. Right. Unfortunately, and he doesn't want to fight Boots. He already put that on record. Not because I don't think he's afraid. He's just the money. It's a risky thing. It's a really risky thing, and it can be one or two things that happen with a Boots fight. That's all. It's almost again the same situations.
He said, "Y'all not matchmakers."
You're right. I'm not a matchmaker.
But you know what's funny though, Bradley 68. Let me tell you something. In our own right, we are matchmakers, right? Why? Because we all have fights that we want to see. Yep. And I don't think, and I think every time we're not just reporters, we're fans of boxing as well. So every time, if just like I said earlier, I said, who I'd like to see fight? I'd like to see Shu Shu Carrington fight against Robeisy Ramirez. Now people could run with that, like, but they're not, but that's the fight I want to see, right? And when you hear about Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, believe it or not, there was a lot of people who wanted to see that fight. You know what I mean? Who wanted to see that fight. Now, I think it's important to be clear if we're going to communicate what we want to see versus what is going to happen. We should draw a line in the sand and let it be known what we're saying. We shouldn't be kicking, making reports based, on our opinions to make it out there as facts. But yeah, man, we're fans, we're reporters at times. We're all the above. You know what I mean? We're all the above.
Peace, Blue. Peace.
There he is, Blue. Salute,
right
Blue.
there.
Salute. You know what I mean? The man of the hour. Canelo's too big for Bud. I mean, look, clearly Canelo feels like he's too big for Bud. We understand that, but Bud doesn't co-sign that. And I'll be real, me neither. I think Bud will run it with him. My co-host doesn't agree with me. He agrees with you, Bradley. He's like, listen, man.
Yep. We had this conversation over and over.
I think Bud runs it with him, and I think. Listen, let me tell you something. I think I think Bud can give him a big ass bloody nose, break his nose. I think he can shut an eye. I think he can make it a real messed up night for Canelo. Right. Some people think knocking him out is the only way Bud beats him. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of ways that can happen. I think Bud has earned the right, the benefit of the doubt to if he says he can. Listen, man, I want to see him do it. Right. That's all. Right. I definitely want to see him do it.
Like me saying I could beat Carl Lewis. I can do it, but
Nah. See, he always gonna go there. He gonna go there and try to make it sound extreme. He gonna be like, I can feel like I can knock Mike Tyson out. You know what I mean? We all gotta have dreams.
No. I watched that movie The Hangover. I don't think that's possible.
Yeah. But yeah, man, listen, we all fans first, man. We all fans first.
Yes, sir.
But so right now, it seems like Canelo's gonna have to. It's gonna be up in the air between the Jamal Charlo, which I think, like I said, the consensus is leaning towards that direction, or possibly a David Benavidez. I think personally, I think it's gonna be David Benavidez. That's what I'm going for. I'm wishing. I want it to be David Benavidez, so that's what I'm going for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wouldn't take. I really. What's up, Anonymous? Peace.
Salute, Anonymous.
Yeah, I would. I would accept that. I mean, I would accept that first. David Benavidez, and I think it could be a lot of choices. Like I said, there's a lot of people there. I don't want to see what I don't want to see is Canelo, Triple G, who's already retired. I don't want to see McGear right now. I really don't want to see McGear right now, and I don't want to see anybody that's like just they're in the top 10 and you fight them. No, I want to see either Morrell. I want to see Charlo. I can accept Jamal Charlo. I can accept David Benavidez. If it happens to be Errol Spence, but I can accept it. If there's nothing else going on in that guy's career, if the Bud fight's over, as a fight they want to see happen, okay, hey, give him a shot. He said he can beat him before. He put it out there.
Okay,
let's see what he can do. I wouldn't be mad
Look,
at it, but I wouldn't be a fan of it.
It is what it is. Let me ask you a question though. So Terrence is clearly not finding. Look, Terrence and Canelo's not happening. Right. What's Terrence's next move? It's not going to be Errol. What's his next move? You know what I mean? I know what the go-to is going to be. I'm sure the chat going to go crazy and be like, boots.
No,
with the echo effect on it.
Yeah, everybody's going to say that. No, I don't think so. I think he goes after Jamel Charlo, little Charlo. I think he goes after Jamel, and I think he makes that fight. If he can't get Jamel, then I say maybe was it Erickson Lubin? It'll be a good fight for him at
Erickson Lubin.
Dude, what do you want me to do? It's at 154. What do you want to fight Fandor? Like,
oh no, bro. I hear you, bro.
He has to take a fight. I think he should take a fight at 154 to get acclimated. If not 154, move to 160.
Right.
You know, that's another thing he can do. And then that way he's even better at he's even better for a fight up there. You know, and he can prove to Canelo he can take a fight because he's one level down. He moved up 2 weight classes.
He ain't proving nothing to Canelo. Canelo ain't jumping in that fight because
if he beats somebody at 160, if he beats somebody at 160, really, that's of significance in that division. A champion.
I don't think it has to do with size. I just don't think he wants to fight Crawford. I think Crawford is the same thing as Boots. Like I'm gonna tell you how I think Crawford looks at Boots. Crawford looks at Boots like I'm gonna have to train hard like back in the day. I'm gonna have to really come up and be ready to fight one of the hardest fights I gotta fight. Is it worth it at this point in my career? I'm on my way out the door. I just want to get some money at this point and close this chapter called boxing out of my life and jump into something else. Why put Boots on the menu? Boots is a hard fight. It's, you know, he's gonna have to really train hard for that fight.
Right.
Whereas there's other fights where he can just kind of be himself, go fight at 154. Hey, 2 cent salute. He can go fight at 154. He can go fight at 154 and, you know, go make a fight with a Jamel or go make a fight with a Tim Tszyu or, you know, or he can go big for some money because he has to train hard for Canelo Alvarez as well. But at least that the payday is going to make sense. He'll work his tail off for that money. You know what I mean? I think it's the same thing with Canelo and Crawford. It's like, yo, bro, he's going to be a difficult fight. He's not going to be an easy fight. And what am I going to gain out of it? This little dude might put up the biggest fight that I've had in years. Even if I beat him, it's going to be like, man, that dude was running it with you. He gains nothing from, and if he beats him in a dominant way, he gains nothing out of it. It's kind of like the Boot situation. Just like, it's not worth it right now at this stage in my career to entertain a fight like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think by any means he's not fighting Terrence Crawford. Canelo just ain't. I don't care if Terrence went up to 168 right now and knock Munguia out, clean out. Crawford, he's still gonna be like, he's not a real 168er.
Listen, I like
one guy. What do I want to fight
as a boxer, bro? But you're giving this dude too much right now.
No, I'm not saying he's going to. I'm just giving an extreme scenario just to say that
I know I'm messing
if he knocked out Munguia, I still think Canelo Alvarez would find a way not to fight him. I mean, look, he's not fighting David Benavidez.
Fight him. No, it's the. You know what it is? Everyone's gonna bring it back to this. When you're at a certain celebrity status, and it doesn't matter if you're a champion as a celebrity. When you're at a certain celebrity status as a fighter, where you're bringing in money on every fight, you don't have to take a top fighter to make the money. It's been proven for a minute. So when you get to certain points, it's going to be what it is. I think that it will be a great fight. I think there's a lot of fights that'll be great fights, but some people don't want to risk these rewards at the moment. And because they don't want to risk these rewards, what do?
Right. I threw it in there.
Yeah, they clearly hop up, and then they're not seeing the reward because it's not worth their money. It's not, that risk is not worth that reward for them. And when those things happen, that's what people don't want to deal with. And I get it. At the end of the day, I get it. But we still want to see the fighters fight. You know, we want to see the best fight the best. We want to see champion versus champion and such things. But we got to remember there's also this thing called weight classes. There's a reason why there's weight classes. And then if you're jumping up 4 weight classes or 3 weight classes to fight somebody, it's not an easy task at all.
No.
And it doesn't matter how good your hands are. It's not like you're bringing this guy down and you're going up, you know, and you guys are meeting at a catch weight, 160, 158, whatever. It's a whole different ball game. And I think it could be a big problem.
Yeah,
Salute,
no
Queen.
doubt. Yo, salute 2 Cents in the building. Salute. Oh, she just fell out. Maybe she has to come back in. I don't know. Maybe she'll be back. Man, I agree with you, man. These are big leaps of faith and a lot of greatness at the end of those rainbows, right? Like if Crawford is able to accomplish something like that, that's what makes it such a huge accomplishment. It's because of everything that you're mentioning. You know what I mean? But there's clearly I don't want to say genders, but people have game plans and strategies on how they're going to take care of their career, especially in the latter half of their career when they're getting ready to wrap it up for the most part, where they're just trying to grab 3-4 more fights and they're trying to make every fight count. At that point it becomes, and look, Canelo not fighting, let's be honest, let's just put it on the table.
That's a problem.
Huh?
Him fighting Benavidez, I have that as a problem.
It is a problem, but if he doesn't, he still has so much that he's accomplished that he'll still be recognized for who he is. You know what I'm saying? He's accomplished that much. I'll disappointed. We'll talk about that from era to era. We'll always talk about how he didn't fight David Benavidez, but he's accomplished a lot. Hey, 2 Cents, what's up? Salute.
What's up? What's going on? What's going on, Clay? What's going on, Ray? How y'all doing tonight?
Hanging in there.
Man, doing good. No complaints. How you feeling?
Glad to hear you. Long time.
I want to hop up here and get my 2 cents on the topic. I just hopped in, so I'm not sure about what all y'all have covered. But I just want to say that the thing with Boots and Crawford, I don't think that, especially for Boots, it's not a matter of, I'm trying to get this big payday. The issue is Boots' goal, and I always say we need to hold fighters to the standard of what their goals are. His goal is to be undisputed at 147. And in order for him to do that, he has to get the belt. In order for him to get the belt, he has to fight who has them, and that's Terrence Crawford. Now, for people to say, well, Boots don't bring nothing to the table, Crawford won a big payday, that's cool. And it's cool for people to feel as though Crawford deserves a big payday, but the question is, has he earned it? And what I mean when I say has he earned it, the fact that he needs another opponent or a certain opponent in order to achieve that big payday, my 2 cents is he hasn't earned it. So if he doesn't want to fight Boots, then he needs to drop the belt and go and search for his big payday. Because if he's earned it, like so many people think, he don't need to hold on to those belts. He don't need this certain opponent. He can go fight whoever and receive what it is that he wants to receive. And for Tim Bradley to be like, well, maybe he should go fight a YouTuber and this and that, all of that is cool. The same thing with Canelo. Benavidez has earned a shot at the belt. If he doesn't want to give him that shot at the belt and he's going to get 35 guaranteed no matter who he fights, then just drop the belt and go do that. And let these people that are coming up that have earned these fights to get a shot at what their goals are, then just drop the belt. That's my only issue with all of this. If Terrence Crawford wants to go fight, get money, cool. Why are you holding on to the belt then? Why are people saying, stop chasing Terrence Crawford? I'm not chasing Terrence Crawford. If somebody else at 147 has the belt, I believe that's who Boots will be trying to fight.
I agree.
Agreed. And you know what's so funny? I'm sorry, I've been saying this for a long time. I think that both of them are actually giving the same, and you tell me if I'm wrong, they're giving the same excuses to each other and to others at the same time.
It's contradictory, right? It's contradictory as a Crawford fan to say, and I mean, personally, I don't think Crawford needs to fight Boots. They're in two different eras. They're a whole decade apart from each other. Right. But where we're coming in is as a champion. Like, I don't understand this. I'm a champion now. I can do what I want. Like, you can't do that in any other sport. The team that just won the Super Bowl can't say, I ain't playing the Ravens next year. I ain't going to play Dallas. I ain't going to play none of them because I'm a champion. I've earned that right. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So if we want to solve all of this, Terrence dropped the belt, Canelo dropped the belt, and then everybody can go about their merry way.
Mm-hmm. I agree 100% with you. I was just saying that a little bit earlier or yesterday. I was talking to Coach Rell, one of Boots' coaches, and we were talking about that. You know what I mean? Just how it made sense. And nobody has an issue with Terrence Crawford not fighting Boots. Like, we understand you're in a place in your career where you don't want to deal with that. Move on. But at the same time, man, drop the belts. What's going on with the belts? Why are you holding on to the belts if you don't plan on fighting at division? I think the excuses, in my opinion, I'm hoping that he's getting ready to drop the belt soon or make a decision if he's going to fight Boots or not, because he always had the leverage of saying, well, I'm dealing with this Errol Spence situation, right? But that's completely gone now. It's been gone for months now, but really a stamp wasn't put on it now that the president of WBC kind of just like, listen, nobody's optimistic about that fight happening. So I'm hoping that he's going to let those belts go.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Because even when he said that, he didn't seem sure. And to me, my 2 cents, I feel like there's an agenda to convince people that they don't want to see this rematch. Right? Everybody keeps saying nobody wants to see, like, either the rematch is happening or it's not. I don't understand why it's so much confusion around it. Errol Spence hasn't came out and said anything about the rematch not happening. Bomac just recently said that he's going to, that they're still negotiating for the rematch.
Right.
And I don't understand, like, why these people keep coming out and saying that. And even for Mauricio Suleiman to be like, oh, well, we're not going to give him a mandatory. We're going to see what he's going to do. Like, what do you mean you're going to see what he's going to do? That's not, it's not making any sense. And I see it's an agenda here. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I haven't figured that out yet. But if we're honest and we look at the landscape of it, if the only person that Terrence Crawford can fight is Canelo to get this quote unquote payday that he wants, because all the other people they mentioned, he's not going to get it. He's not going to get it fighting Tim Zoo. Maybe he'll get it fighting Thurman, maybe. But really the only person, in my opinion, that's left for Crawford is Spence if he wants another $15 million guaranteed type payday.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree with you, 2 cents. I think that he has a limited amount of options. I think Crawford is in a situation right now where he has some decisions to make. As far as the reality of the Errol Spence in the Crawford fight, I think Suleiman was just basically speaking towards the fact that we're not hearing anything from Errol. That they're giving him time to kind of like give them the word of when he's ready to fight, so that they can move forward with actually making dates and things of that nature. And because it's been so quiet on that side of the fence, he's starting to become very, very leery and more leery about the fight happening, because let's be honest, at the end of the day, Terrence can't wait forever. He can wait for a long time. He's been waiting for a long time, but he can't wait forever. So even if there's an idea that Errol's like, you know what, I don't want to fight until September because I got things I'm going on to, he's not communicating that clearly to the people who are involved in coordinating and making this fight happen. So it's just in the dark, and the people who are waiting on hearing the word are just becoming more and more weary of it really happening as time goes by, just to be like, man, I'm still not hearing, and getting confronted with the question every time a mic or a camera gets in front of their face, right? So what's going on with this? What's going on with this? So that at that point, the pressure starts to come up to say something. It's like, at this point, I'm being honest with you guys, I'm not very optimistic about it happening at this point. We're not hearing nothing. You know what I mean? Salute Bradley 68.
What's happening, players?
Yo, it sounds like you're watching cartoons over there, man. You a Toys R Us kid too, man? Talk about it.
Nah, I don't watch cartoons. I'm a grown man, but I don't watch cartoons. What's wrong with you,
What's
man?
that sound? What am I hearing in the background? I feel like I'm hearing a Disney special.
Oh, okay. I'll turn it down. That's YouTube. I'm watching YouTube on my TV, man. I don't watch cartoons.
Oh,
I'm a grown man.
I it sounded weird. I thought you was. I was sitting here like, Bradley watching. You learn something new every day. Bradley and Tommy.
Nah, I don't watch cartoons.
You ain't watching cartoons. You watching anime. Get it right.
Okay. All
right.
I
don't really watch TV. I watch YouTube all day, man. But what that lady was speaking on was the truth, man. There is an agenda for people. People keep saying they don't want to see Spence and Crawford. I want to see it again, me, because Spence wasn't right that night. I can't say Spence gonna beat him, and I'm a Spence fan, but it is an agenda that they don't want to see Crawford fight Spence. Where he gonna make his money at? He never was gonna fight Canelo. That never was gonna be a thing. Canelo said that like in October. I seen that on Fight Hype. He wasn't gonna fight him. So when people were saying he was gonna fight him, that was just straight BS. I knew he wasn't gonna fight him. Right. Spence is the man. That's where he's gonna make his money at. I would like to see him beat up Boots, but y'all don't want to see that.
Oh, what do you mean we don't want to see that? I want to see that so bad. Bradley always trying to poke the bear, man. He ain't gonna feel right if he don't poke the bear. He was going good, and he was like, "Y'all don't want to see that." I'm done. I definitely want to see Boots fight. And I don't know anybody who don't want to see them fight. Anybody who would sit here and say they don't want to see Terrence Crawford fight Boots and is lying to their own soul. We got to deal with that guy. We want to see that fight. The reality, though, is it going to happen? or is it not going to happen? And if one person doesn't want it to happen, at that point we got to leave it where it's at until that person's mind changes. They're not going to force them to do it.
But doesn't it seem like Crawford is the one that don't want it to happen? Because listen,
no, he doesn't.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
Crawford has said it. He doesn't want it to happen. There's no secret. Crawford has said straight up,
he don't want that fight.
I'm not interested in that fight. That's the one thing I like about Crawford. He's just like, nah, I don't want to do that. That means nothing to me. He's made it clear.
He can't wait forever and this and that. The last couple years, Crawford has only fought once a year anyway. I don't even get that argument.
And not to mention the hypocritical part that he made Spence wait forever, where he had to even take a
I wasn't even gonna bring that up because that's gonna be a whole nother argument.
I keep it there, but at the end of the day, like I said, they all have to make decisions. They're all fighters. They all have to make decisions, and it comes down to promotional and money and whatever. That's why I said I think money's gotten in the way of a lot of fights. And I think if we had it like we used to have it, where they just got in the ring, got in with each other, we have a different type of atmosphere. But nope, it's all about the bag. And when that bag comes into play, especially you got guys like Terrence about to retire. Terrence looking for a retirement. I ain't gonna lie to you. You're looking for retirement, and it is what it is. If that's how he feels he wants to go out, he's going to try to do the best to get that to go out. Unfortunately.
And all of that would have been cool to me if throughout your career you were fighting. How could I say this?
I know. I got what you mean.
If throughout your career you were fighting the best opponent at the time, or the top names, or this and that.
The elite fighters.
You were never doing that, and so now all of a sudden you be a broken Spence because he wasn't even at his top, and then now all of a sudden you want Canelo. Like, you never mentioned Canelo, never heard about you talking about Canelo, and then boom, now I want Canelo. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Well, I think it makes sense. I think that he didn't want Canelo. I think once he beat Errol, Crawford is one of those guys who doesn't talk about a fight until he's done with another fight, right? Like, until he's done with what he's got to deal with, he doesn't speak too much, into the future. As far as Canelo Alvarez is concerned, at first he didn't want to fight Canelo. He actually made it very clear that he believes in weight classes, and he didn't think that was a good idea to go fight Canelo. But it looks like after some time and taking some time to think about it and really just seeing that, in my opinion, that Canelo was a 154-pounder and that he's just really doing something great fighting at 168. He just saw on the physical attributes conversations concerned. He was like, you know what, I can match up with that dude. I think I could do it with that dude. And pause. But also to say that he clearly saw the money, right? He saw the opportunity to make a lot of money, and he knew he was on his way out the door. He already had made up his mind how he was going to move with his career after the Errol Spence fight. He kind of knew it was either going to be Jamel Charlo, right? Or when he saw Jamel and Canelo getting ready to fight, he's like, all right, well, if Canelo going to beat him, I'll fight Canelo. So, I mean, it all links. It all makes sense. I don't think there's no conspiracies going on. I just think there's aspirations and ambitions of fighters to make as much money as they can on the way out the door and entertaining the best way to get there. And sometimes it looks weird, but at the end of the day, if you just keep it simple and say, listen, it's about money. If you say it's about money, then it all makes sense, because everybody knows the biggest bag you can get is Canelo Alvarez or Gervonta Tank Davis. And I think Canelo's more realistic than Gervonta. So it made sense that he went into that direction. But also I wanted to highlight the fact that, let's be honest here. I just wanted to be clear that, Terrence isn't putting any pressure out there saying Errol needs to move or come on, man, I want to go make a fight. It's not Terrence. It's really the fan base that is really having a lot of questions about when this fight's coming along. And people like Mr. Suleiman is getting confronted with these questions. So he communicates what he's seeing from his perspective, what he's waiting on to happen and what's not happening. So, I don't think anybody's saying like when I say Terrence can't wait forever, I'm just saying it on the level of people are getting antsy, right? I'm just giving a perspective of what people are thinking, like, damn, when is this guy going to fight? And if he's not going to fight him, we want to see him fight Boots, or we want to see him fight another guy. And it seems like the Errol fight is holding it up. So it looks like Terrence, from my opinion, doesn't mind waiting as long as Errol wants to wait. As long as there's some communication. I don't see Terrence out there playing ball with Gilly and having a good time and training and helping Shakur. He seems like he's in the best mood. It doesn't seem like he has any pressure on his neck to do anything that he has to or doesn't want to do. You know what I mean?
I agree and disagree.
Okay, go ahead.
I think that, you have a lot of strong points that Terrence probably is not worried about if the fight happens or not, because he knows that's a bag for him. But at the end of the day, I think he wants to entertain himself. I think he wants to stay active, from what he seems to be saying. Now the problem is, you have fighters that are there that are there for you to fight right now, and you're not taking those chances with those fighters, and you only want one or two fighters. You're either waiting for the rematch or you're going for Canelo. It's already been clear that Canelo said this day one he's not interested. It's been pressured again. He's saying that he's been back and forth with Errol. He never really solidified that he wasn't fighting Errol. He just said, "Oh, here we go with the excuses." He made a little snap and this little disses on Errol on these things with the eye and everything. But guess what? It is what it is. It's boxing. Again, this is part of the politics of boxing. And as a fan base, the fan base just want to see fights, and they just want to see the best fight the best. I don't think they even care. Like I said, we're not into some people are into the pockets. I'm not even into the pockets of these fighters. And I think that's where it comes into. If he wants to fight for money, man, let him go fight for money. Then you know what? You can go fight Floyd, retire right now, go fight Floyd over in DeBall or whatever, some country in Antarctica, wherever you want to go. Go fight over there, pay-per-view, make that bag, and do what you got to do. But don't keep holding up fights and holding up divisions. I think that's where the fans are really upset because they want to see Boots shine. Now, at the other end of the spectrum for Boots, and I really like Boots. Boots' issue is there's not too many people that are willing to fight Boots. There are people that say they will fight him. There's people that say they are willing to get in the ring with him, but they want a bag too, or they want recognition because they're like, hey, if I surprise everybody and beat him, he ain't that bad. You got I only think 3 or 4 people ever called Boots out. There's not that many people willing to fight Boots, as much as we think there are. So if it happens, it happens. But the point is, we don't even know if he's been announced to fight Boots, and we don't even know if he's fighting him.
That leads to my next question. Like,
right?
How can I fight somebody if the somebodies don't want to fight me? So since I haven't fought nobody, I can't fight the main somebody because the somebodies don't want to fight me. Like, that has to stop because Crawford. And the reason why to me it's so contradictory, Crawford went through the same exact thing. Right. So for you to feel some type of way about that happening to you, actually he's going through the same thing with Canelo. So it's the same principles as to why he won't fight Boots, kind of why Canelo won't fight him.
What's up, JP City?
So
I agree with what you're saying, right? But I just think there's like this idea that Crawford is just like complaining, or I don't know. It just seems like, for me, from my point of view, it just seems like he understands what Boots wants. Like, I understand, I get it. He doesn't, you know what I mean? I completely get it. I think this is just about the fan bases, and I think the fans are the ones who are kind of like, even when Crawford responded and made his statements about Boots had an opportunity to fight me, he wasn't speaking to Boots. He was speaking to fans who were like, yo, you're doing Boots dirty. And he's like, yo, don't give me I'm doing him dirty. There was an opportunity for him back in the day for him to pursue a path to fight me. Right now, I'm doing my thing, man. Don't put no pressure on me. I'm not trying to hit. Like, I'm laughing at you guys. Like, that's not happening. I'm at the end of my career. I'm going to make whatever makes me the most money is the direction I'm going into. Now, personally, I think straight up, Crawford needs to drop those belts. If you're not going to fight at 147, and I think that's what this is all about. And I think you mentioned it earlier too, Sense. Like, if he drops those belts, nobody's complaining no more about what Crawford's doing. Right. Soon as he drops those belts, it's gonna be like, oh man, good luck. We can't wait to see when you finally decide, or if you never decide to fight again. We're good. You had a great career. Send you off into the sunset. See you at the Hall of Fame when you get in there. We're ready to celebrate you for what you've done in the past. But right now, holding up those belts is kind of petty at this point. It's been a long time. You got a Jerome Boots Ennis, a generational talent who's coming up behind you to take those. To take the throne. Allow him to do that at least. If it's not going to be against you or against whoever it's going to be, allow him to be able to move on his journey of unifying that division and becoming undisputed champion in his own right as well. You know what I mean? I agree with everybody who says that. I mean, I'm 100% on top of that and I feel that, listen, if I'm going to hold Canelo Alvarez to that, I'm got to hold Crawford to that. I'm a Crawford fan, but I'm not trying to hear this holding the belts and not defending the crap.
And I'm going to say something too. I just want to address something because this is a little Easter egg that a lot of people forget about. So we can't say that Boots was on the WBO and Crawford would have fought him. That doesn't necessarily stand correct because when the mandatory did come up for Crawford, he didn't fight him. when Roach was there as the mandatory, that took months and months before that even happened. Regardless of Earl being in the picture or not, he still had a mandatory and refused to fight that. And he didn't sign the Earl contract back until like May of the next year. So we can't use that WBO thing as an excuse of they would have had to fight. Now, as far as BLK Prime, we don't know that. We don't know what would happen. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he had the mandatory. Rocha had the mandatory. Everybody knew Rocha was the mandatory. He didn't fight Rocha, right? So all we're doing is just changing the name in that mandatory spot. We're not going to say, okay, because Boots was the mandatory, he had an automatic shot. It didn't happen for Rocha. Rocha went all the way down. They talked to Golden Boy. They did all the things they were supposed to do. That fight never happened. 3 months later, we're fighting Earl, or we're announcing the Earl fight. So it is what it is. As much as we think, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to fight the mandatory. You should fight the mandatory, but you know what? The WBO has a real good connection with Bud Crawford. It's always been a good relationship with them too, as companies. I know because Bud is his own company with B&B. So when I do say that, I mean that. But that's what it is, man. We can't really hold that.
I like I said, whatever he's saying, you know what I mean? Whatever he's saying that how he saw it back in the day, because we, sometimes we get into these conversations where it's just like, nah, he's making an excuse. I don't know that. You know what I mean? I don't know that, because for me, I'm not willing to go and call Crawford a liar, right? I'm not willing to call Boots a liar or any of these guys a liar if they state their truth on what position they were in at that time. It is what it is. Because you know what I know it ain't in my heart? I know he ain't scared of Boots. I know Boots ain't scared of him. So there's some kind of business that don't make no sense. That's not linking up. There's some sort of understanding that, God, this don't make no sense at this time. But at the end of the day, if my dude just what's up, D-Block? If that dude just drops the belts, this thing goes to the next chapter, right. And we see him fight. I think that's the most important thing at the end of the day is either fight Boots, defend the belts, and become 3-time undisputed, or drop the belts at this point. And hopefully we see that develop in the coming weeks with as information has been coming out. Hopefully we see that develop. You know what I'm saying? But I know Canelo Alvarez is no longer an option for you, bro. He, clearly, Rally 68 will make it clear every single time. He has no problem letting everybody know it was never an option. You know what I'm saying? It was never an option. So we know that that's not an option. So at the end of the day, make your next move your best move. You know what I mean? Right. Because we waiting to see what's happening with you. You know what I mean? Shout out to the inevitable D-Block in the building. Salute. Peace.
What's up, fams? Y'all good, man? I'm hearing this. Good, man. I love it. Keep on talking.
No doubt. Facts. But yeah, so I mean that's where I'm at with. I don't know if 2 Cents you want to drop anything else on it, or we can move on to the next great subject that we're going to get into. How you feeling, 2 Cents? You got anything else you want to put in on that?
No, I mean that's about it at this point. Even if he is rematching Spence, you still should drop the belt. Right. But I'm sure you're not staying at 47 after that fight. So unless he's fighting Boots, there's literally no reason for him to have a belt.
For real.
Well, let me ask you this though, 2 Cents, just for argument's sake. What if Errol and Terrence have been communicating? Let's remember they do have a cordial, you know what I mean? They have been known to speak on the phone for long periods of time to coordinate the first fight. Let's just say Terrence is aware of something that we're not aware of, and Errol is communicating what his intentions are. And what if those belts are being held because of a potential 147 fight between those two? What if Errol's like, nah, man, I still want a shot at them belts, and Terrence is just staying quiet and shooting hoops in the gym, not caring about what nobody think? Would that put a different perspective on if it turned out to be that way?
I don't think so. I really don't think Errol cared about the belt anymore. He got his shot at undisputed. He didn't get it. Even if he was to get the belt, he would just be back in the same position that he was in before the first fight. So it kind of wouldn't even really make no sense. And he's already said he's going to 54.
154 for sure. I agree with you. Okay. So we're going to move on to the next topic. We good? Or
yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So the next topic is going to be Haney Garcia, right? Mm-hmm. And actually, you know what? I'm not going to even go on that way yet. I actually have a question with the panel in reference to this PBC card coming up in March. Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman. Now, I'm pretty sure everybody on the panel is pretty much leaning towards Tim Tszyu to do the work and take care of Keith Thurman. But if Keith Thurman does beat Tim Tszyu, does this do anything to the leverage of that WBO title that Tim Tszyu holds? Do we still respect him as a champion, even though Keith Thurman beats him and he doesn't get the belt because it's a catchweight fight? How does that look?
I can't see him losing because of that factor. Because if he loses that title in a non-title bout, that doesn't help at all. Look, JP said he said it the same way. He said Thurman though in the split decision. I think it's the other way around. I think it's Tim Tszyu in the split decision due to the fact that they're going to protect their champion at this point because they have to. You can't let it go down like that because it's not a sanctioned bout. And if this guy beats him, it's embarrassing for the WBO. It's embarrassing for them making a pay-per-view with this champion that's a higher weight, and he's supposed to be this badass dude, and he out there getting clipped by a dude that just came up from 147 that's also hasn't fought in one fight in 2 or 3 years. Yeah, It looks bad. So, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen at all. Even, like
I thought Thurman was coming up from 54, though.
No, he's coming up from 147 to 54. To fight Tim Tszyu at 54.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I thought he had a fight at 54, but I guess not.
Oh, you saying like in the past he had a fight at 154?
Was Barrios. His last fight was Barrios.
At 54, right? Or
no, 147. 147 for sure.
It'll look bad. It'll
be bad for a lot of reasons. That's all. So I don't see them. Look, unfortunately, I hate saying that people that have lost fights or people stopping fights for no reason just to give somebody the belt or to keep these guys at a certain position. We just seen it 2 weeks ago, which we thought there was a fight that went a direction that it shouldn't have went.
Right.
And you know what I mean? It's too many of these things happening. And this looks like another case if it goes the distance. So Tszyu's got to come out there and win by hitting him in the stomach or whatever. That's his weak spot, right? His gut. So he hits him in the gut or whatever, right? That's what they say.
He's never lost except for against Manny Pacquiao, right?
Right.
But I think
I'm going to tell you how. So to your point, now let me get to my point. I'm sorry to just touch it. I just rambled a little bit, but to the point of how I see the fight going is actually I see the fight going the same way he fought Ghost Rivera. Ghost Rivera was giving him a lot of work, and he made Thurman work for that win. But I just see the victor in this case being Tim Tszyu. I think Tim Tszyu is a little bit younger. I think his the younger legs is going to make a difference. This guy being out of boxing for so long is going to hurt the way he fights in the ring. Now, once later on in the fight, he may catch, he might get some comfort and get his legs back, and we'll see how that goes. But other than that, I just see it the same way as the Ghost Rivera fight, as Thurman was taking some punishment in that fight. He did win that fight, you know what I mean? It was like, I don't even think it was close, but I could see the battle that zoomed in that fight.
Yeah, let me just read Texas 16.
I think Tszyu moves up if he loses.
But moves up? What he lets go of the beat. Well, let's talk about it in a second. Hold on. Texas 16 South says, I just can't see Thurman's legs responding and performing like he did 8 years ago since he's been out of boxing active. I agree with you, Texas. I think that's going to be the big question on this one is going to be, because one thing about these athletic fighters, these athlete fighters, that goes away, right? The power punches last long, but the athletes, they weather away. So if Tim Tszyu is not able to, if his legs ain't under him and ain't fresh, like it's going to need to be to stay. I mean, I said Tim Tszyu, sorry. If Keith Thurman's legs aren't there the way they need to be in order to move around the ring and establish that distance and give himself the opportunities to walk Tim Tszyu into some situations where he can capitalize and win rounds, then that means he's going to be sitting up in there toe to toe trying to catch shots and counter off of that. And I think that's a bad make. I think everybody understands that. I think the obviously the PBC understands that when they coordinate this. My whole thing is it's still a chance. It's a risk you're taking by making this a non-title fight at a catch weight for Tim Tszyu to lose this fight and walk away a champion, even in a loss. It just hurts Tim Tszyu's brand completely and becomes way more difficult to get a big payday for everybody with him even unifying with anybody else. Like he's just going to be a loser he's going to be a fake champion at that point, right? At that point, he's not even a real champion. He has a belt, but nobody respects the fact that he has that belt. As far as Tim Tszyu going up, 2 cents, getting back to you, 2 cent, excuse me, as far as Tim Tszyu, I'm tired. I've been working all day, guys. Bear with me. As far as Tim Tszyu going up in weight, if he loses that fight, are you suggesting that he drops that belt, or like how does he handle being a champion still at 154 even though he lost?
Well, like you said, first of all, he already got quote unquote emailed the belt. And then on top of that, you lose with the belt. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. Maybe he move up, drop the belt and move up. I don't know.
Save some face somehow, right? Find a way to save face. Find a way.
He had a good defense of the belt, though. He beat
Mendoza. Yeah, he fought Brian Mendoza.
Yeah,
that was a good
fight. Good win.
I think Tim Tszyu, me personally, I respect him as champion. He is champion. You know what I mean? We all know the reason he wasn't able to get the opportunity to get that belt was because Charlo was playing games and went up to fight Canelo and pulled out the fight the first time with the hand injury. You know, the man tried. He's kind of like Boots a little bit in a situation where he was trying. He was staying active. He was fighting all the fights he could, trying to get the fight. And, you know, Charlo just wasn't concerned with making it happen. So I respect him on that level. But if he loses this fight against Keith Thurman, and keep in mind, of course, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't think he loses. I think he wins that fight. But Keith Thurman is a dog. Keith Thurman used to be called one time for a reason. And Keith Thurman has only lost against Manny Pacquiao in a very close fight. Outside of that knockdown, that was a very competitive fight. He hasn't been dominated like that. You know what I mean? He hasn't been dominated. Now, he's been out for like 2 years, and inactivity kills the boxers. You know, kills a boxer's a skill set. Like you've seen it happen over and over again. So more than likely he's going to lose this fight. I just think it's a big gamble on PBC's part to kind of put that fight together under these conditions and allow that to be a possible. I think they should have made it a title fight or not made it at all, because at least if Keith Thurman wins, he walks away the WBO title and there's opportunities there to move on from there. But to have a possibility of Tim Tszyu losing that fight and still walking around a champion, I think it's a gamble. You know what I mean? It's a gamble.
Do you think that they made it like this because there is a possibility that he could lose the fight?
No.
I think the WBO just didn't sanction it. Yeah, the WBO just didn't sanction it. They said that Tim never competed and he wasn't in the rankings, and they couldn't justify giving him an opportunity at that belt. Thurman. I'm sorry, dude. I've been working like 12 hours a day. Please,
hey guys, something that's okay.
Yeah, help me.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you so much. I had to smoke my green. No, I had to, get a little tipsy, but that's just the way it is. It's Sunday. We're getting ready to relax. I'm going to tell you like this. It's inevitable. D-Block, D-Town, D-City, D-Ville, Baltimore. Fans! Man, just like Floyd Mayweather said, let's get the sharpest knife in the kitchen and cut the bullshit. We already know Keith one time could never be another time. It's over. His time is over. Tim Tszyu is going to go in there and do a Zab Judah, just like his daddy did. Going to go in there to the hit to the body, knock his ass out. He ain't going to know what happened. I'm telling you, Keith Thurman right now is not legitimate to be even fighting for anything. It's over. His time is over. I told him on Twitter, like somebody said, well, on my Twitter account, they said, well, it could be like Sugar Ray Leonard versus Hagler. I said, man, cut the bullshit, bro. This ain't that. We already know ever since Keith Thurman got married to his Indian wife, and she cut them that hair, it was like Samson and Delilah. Once Delilah cut that hair, that power was over. No power no more. What y'all gonna say about that?
I'm riding with that. I said the same thing.
Yo, let me bring the two new guys in the panel. Shout out to my brother, you know what I'm saying? Frequent flyer, you know what I'm saying, in the building. Y'all know him. I ain't gotta say his name too many more times. And shout out to Ross Clock, man.
Salute.
Yeah, man. Ross Clock, one of those like Ross Clock, like one of those like guys who just came into the game, not came in the game, but like he's kind of like a, you know what I mean, like a low key, kind of a threat. Like he out here, he a problem out here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. Ross Clock on the low, like he just came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean, when he come in the building, everybody better get on their game.
I've been around, man, since blood boxing.
No, for sure. That's why I said not kind. I'm like kind of, but I'm saying specifically on this platform, he kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I got you.
Matter of fact, he kind of almost a house staple at this point.
He next to his rival right there.
Right on.
He came out of nowhere, up a little bit.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about, Clay? I said he next to his rival right there.
Frequent.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. They did have a little, you know what I mean? That's right. That's right. So
what? Who that?
Yeah, nah, Freak, don't get amped up. I'm just saying.
No, I'm not amped up. I just can't see. You don't got no names on the bottom. I don't know who that is.
Oh, Rothbard.
Well, if you read it, I'm 49-0 in debates. And our debate was an exhibition. That one don't count when I obliterated you. That one don't count.
I don't even remember us debating or nothing like that. That's why they say rivals. I'm wondering, like, who?
No, it was.
I remember you from here, but I don't remember us going back and forth or nothing like that.
No. It was over the little Wilder AJ incident, and you know, I was like Floyd Mayweather, and you was one of the Asian dudes.
I remember now. Say less. I remember now.
Yeah, it was the exhibition. You know what I'm saying?
Eddie Hearn thing and all of that. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
All right.
Nah, yeah, man. Yeah, so I mean, you guys want to tap into anything? I don't know, Frequent, you want to tap in or you just?
Oh yeah,
he can go ahead. I'll go after him.
Okay.
You talking about the Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Every once in a while, we had one of those moments come about that nobody thought was going to happen. I'm hoping that Keith, once upon a time, Thurman, you know what I'm saying, could pull this off, man. Because I don't think he's going to win, but I'm hoping he could pull it off because it'll screw up all the plans and everything. Because I think this is a dumb fight, man. I think it's stupid to have this fight at a catch weight. They still having it at a catch weight, right? In between 154 and 147, right?
No, it's 155. They're fighting at 155, yeah.
155.
Oh, 155?
Right.
Oh, that's even more crazy. Hold on, 155? Yeah, that's crazy.
1 pound over, yeah. But
yeah, why? That makes no sense at all.
Right. I mean, the reason they're doing it is because the WBO is not going to sanction the fight. So they had to do it 1 pound over the weight. It has nothing to do with either fighter not being able to make the weight. It's just that the WBO does not want this. They don't want their title on the line.
That's even more diabolical, though, if you think about it, because look, they want to try to ensure that Tim Tszyu don't lose, bro. So they wanted to make it as comfortable as possible for him. But, make it harder for Keith Thurman because he's coming from 147. I thought they was catch weighting in the middle, but sheesh, they going above 50, so he have to do more. That's even more crazy. So
I think that's how
they trying to cover their tail with that one. But I hope Keith once upon a time could pull it off.
I disagree with that. I think it's fair game. I think
even though he's coming from, even though he hasn't been acclimated to the division or nothing like that, he got to fight higher than the weight of that division. Yeah, that don't make sense to me.
Well, it doesn't make sense, but I think it's justified because Keith Thurman did campaign at 154 when he first started and realized that maybe he might be a stronger fighter at 147. But that boy is actually a natural 154 pounder if we want to be technical.
Oh, so you really don't like Keith Thurman, huh?
No. I like Keith Thurman. I'm just saying what it is.
You want to see his downfall. You want
his first 6 or 7 fights. You want him to
punch him in his chest so hard his shoulders touch and all of that crazy stuff, man. Trying to get Keith Thurman hurt, man. We know we already could see through the facade, man. You don't like Keith Thurman.
Nah, I ain't got a problem with Shamar Moore, but on the real though, he getting beat up. He ain't had a knockout since 2013. He don't got no power at 147 anymore. As a matter of fact, he's there to get beat up. His sole purpose is to give Tim Tszyu a name. That's all it is, and that's what he knows. That's what he's there for, and he's there for the paycheck. He's not going to even try to.
You rocking with it, huh?
I don't have a problem with it. Keith Thurman could go bye-bye. I don't care.
Keith Thurman has trying to feed Keith Thurman to them. I hope he throws Keith Thurman up.
Keith Thurman has made himself a gatekeeper with all the inactivity. He made himself a gatekeeper.
That is correct.
But Keith Thurman won his last fight, though, didn't he?
But the problem
beat Barrios. He beat Barrios.
Hey, but the problem is Keith Thurman don't look at himself as a gatekeeper. He looks at himself as a prime fighter that he was 5 years ago. That's the problem. And his problem is you're gonna see he's gonna go in there And like you said, he's established at 154 because he was before. I'm telling you right now, he's gonna get knocked the fuck out because he has too much confidence in himself.
No, he's not.
No,
he's not. Stop that. Man.
He don't.
That's
he
the
don't
plan. That's the plan. That's what they want to do.
Stop
There's
it,
no plan.
man.
It's no plan. It's
Well, let me ask you this. Hold on, guys. Let me ask this question, Brad, because Bradley tapped in. So, Bradley, if Keith don't get knocked out, then you think that pretty much Thurman is going to win you think that Tim Tsz유's going to win a decision over Keith Thurman?
I don't think Tim Tszyu going to beat Keith Thurman. Y'all act like Keith Thurman is me fighting in the ring.
I had a feeling you was going to say that. I had a feeling
Keith Thurman is a warrior, man.
Keith Thurman is a warrior.
I had to get it out of him. I wanted to get it
out
out
of
of him. I'm sitting here like, I don't think Bradley's
He's an older fighter that's been so inactive. That's a recipe for getting your ass whooped.
Keith Thurman is ain't nobody just walking through Keith Thurman. Y'all got to stop the foolishness. Now, come on, man.
You're gonna see it.
I don't think he's gonna walk through him, but I don't think he's gonna win.
Can I jump in and say something?
Wait. Let me ask Bradley a question. Bradley, so how does that look then? Keith Thurman beats Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu still WBO champion. How does that look? How do you feel about that for yourself? Like, what does that look like?
That looks like boxing, man. Boxing got too many belts anyway, so they should be just one champion. If he wins, Keith Thurman is a champion. Keith Thurman is got more talent than Tim Tszyu, man. Y'all be sleeping on Keith Thurman, man.
But
because he ain't fought in a while, I don't mean he. Well, it is what it is.
So can I say something?
What it is.
If Keith Thurman was so positive that he was going to win, he would have negotiated that the titles was on the line.
Hey, he might be like Tank. He don't care about the belt. He might just want the money.
That's a lie.
Maybe you're right.
I'm just saying.
Right. Or maybe he don't care.
But like they said, they really couldn't do that because he wasn't ranked. And if they were to do that, they would set a whole nother precedence for some BS.
No,
so
I'll say it like this. I think Keith Thurman does care about the belts because even with that Barrios fight, it was a WBC eliminator. Even when he was going to fight Errol Spence Jr., he wanted to be the front runner. We already know that. Belts do matter to Keith Thurman.
He wanted to fight Errol Spence Jr. because Errol Spence Jr. was going to bring the most money to him, man. Come on. It was the most money why he wanted to fight. And why he didn't want to fight Errol when Errol was younger.
The titles were still on the line. Regardless of the money. The titles were still on the line.
Yeah, but you got to pay money for them titles, right? Having them titles, you have to pay the sanctioning body for them titles. So you're losing money when you have them titles.
Well, all I know is the last 3 people that hurt Keith Thurman was all former lightweights. He getting fucked up against Tim Tszyu.
Hey, come on, stop it, man. Stop it, man.
Noise, y'all.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm gonna agree with Bradley 68 in 1 point. I'm not agreeing with Bradley saying that Keith is gonna win, but I think people sleeping on his ability to win and thinking that this is gonna be some one-sided affair. I keep on saying it, and I'm saying it for a reason. He's only lost against Manny Pacquiao in a fight to where a lot of people argue that if he didn't fall, if he didn't get knocked down, it would have been a draw. Or he could have won a split decision his way. He was very competitive in that fight. This man is not a fighter who's been beat up. Like he hasn't. You know what I mean? He had a competitive fight with Mario Barrios that people feel like he got hurt to the body. But once again, a victory, regardless how you guys want to paint it. I think sleeping on him. That's why I said this is a dangerous fight for the PBC to put together. I think they're risking really hurting one of their champions. They're really risking at having Tim Tszyu walk around here a champion that's not a champion.
Claymore, I guarantee you he's not going to beat Tim Tszyu. Guaranteed.
Okay.
You ready to bet the house on it, bro? You sound like you all the way in with that one.
I'm betting on this one. He's getting his ass beat, brothers. Let me tell y'all. Keith Thurman is getting his ass whipped. Ain't nobody on this long layoff is going to beat Tim Tszyu at this stage in his career.
I think I can't front. I think it might happen too. He might get beat and everything. Like Clay talking about, if he didn't get dropped, if he didn't get knocked down that fight, he wouldn't have lost. That's like saying, "Oh, if you ain't punch him in the face, I would have won." If you ain't punch me in the face,
No, I'm just saying that at the end of the day, outside of that knockdown, that was a very competitive fight. And let's be real, when we watched that fight, it was a flash knockdown. It wasn't like he got hurt. He just it was him being off balance, getting hit at the right time, and he just sat down. He smiled at Manny like, you got me, bro. That was good.
Claymore, but Claymore, that competitive fight was against which version of Manny?
You're right. There you
go.
It's his only loss. But it's his only loss. He was the unified champion at 147. He was unified. He was unified champion. This man was the truth. And I know what you're gonna say was, and now I get it. And look, just for whatever it's worth, I think he's gonna lose the fight. I don't think he's gonna beat Tim Tszyu, but I think he can. And I think people who thinking that this is going to be one way, I think you guys are sleeping. I'll tell you right now, if he wins, I'm not going to be like this. Oh my God! I'm like, I told y'all he can win. I told y'all.
If he wins, how you think he wins, Clay? How?
I think that I believe that if he's able to establish that distance, he's able to have Tim Tszyu not be able to find. Tim Tszyu's not that fast, bro. He has a fast 1-2, but he's not that fast. You know what I'm saying?
So by decision, you mean?
Oh yeah, decision for sure. If he wins, that's all.
Claymore, when he gets hit to the body the first couple of rounds, you're gonna see Keith Thurman run around. I'm telling you right now. I was
just about to say that too.
When this dude, he'll be tripping for real.
When Tszyu goes in there and he knows how to corner you and he knows how to hit you, we already seen what he is.
Right. He's
he got his dad. And you know what the difference here between him and Chavez Jr.? He actually has his daddy's pedigree. His DNA is real right there. He actually wants to come up here and damage you for real. So when he hits to the body, I'm telling you, even if Manny Pacquiao, even if Barrios can hurt him, and you said he survived and he won, but this is a different animal. And we talking about somebody that Keith Thurman at his age right now has been on for so long. Tszyu is the prime. Right now it's prime. It's his time. Keith Thurman had his time. It's over.
Yep.
Right. I was going to say that I thought Keith Thurman, people was thinking Keith Thurman was the truth, but now it's out, about his being weak to the body, just because people know he weak to the body now. That's why I'm wondering, because Tim Tszyu was a pretty good body puncher, he got some power, So
I stepped out for a second. Somebody was betting mortgages. Hold on, go back to that.
Somebody was betting mortgages.
That's what I heard.
Keith Thurman ain't had a stoppage since 2013, y'all.
Yeah.
I mean,
he not talking about by stoppage though. He talking about by decision.
I know. I'm saying he doesn't have any tools, anything whatsoever to beat Tim Tszyu. None. I mean, we're talking about somebody who went 12 rounds in his prime against a midget named Leonard Bundu, an actual midget, a true full-on midget, and he went 12 rounds.
That's not the right word you're supposed to use with small people.
Little people. Errol, bro, you gotta be politically correct, bro. You gotta be politically correct. You know what I'm saying?
You can't be out here running around calling people midgets and stuff, bro.
Oh man.
I'm just saying, just say right, Roscoe. That's what I'm saying. Just say right.
He's a small person. He's a short person, bro.
He's flagging up here calling them midgets.
Where you go, T-Finish? I need you to
no reason to live.
Yeah, let 2 Cents tap in. Was 2 Cents on here? She's not on here.
Yeah, she popped off. I don't know.
Yeah, she fell off. She's popping off and come back on. She might be exalted. I hope she's not a little person that you know what I'm saying? She might feel some kind of way.
Man. Yo, come on, man.
Nobody.
Don't talk about
that. We was talking to at the end of the day, bro. You know what I mean? She might feel some kind of way. 2 Cents, you in the building. Her name is 2 Cents. I'm just saying, you don't know why. You never know. 2 Cents, what's up? You in the building, man? How you feel about it? Oh, maybe she's not. Maybe she's not ready to communicate yet. Okay, cool. Yeah, she's still muted. But yeah, guys, I just think that's an interesting conversation as far as that whole situation, that card, and that I just think the ramifications for Keith Thurman winning this fight is just going to be interesting to see how they spin this into still a Tim Tszyu being the best 154 pounder, or not the best, but a champion in the 154 pounds. That's all. But so we can get into the Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia conversation as well at this point. You know, people are saying that, you know, Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, they're expecting this fight to be very competitive. Not everybody, because I don't know. I'm out on that right now. I do think that Devin Haney's going to win this fight. Whether or not it's going to be competitive or not, I don't know, right? Maybe Ryan Garcia, he is working with Derek James. Maybe he can make this fight competitive. They have a history, 6 fights in the amateurs. They're 3-3. You know, they got all this going on to build up a story of why this fight is going to be one of the biggest fights this year. But my question is, what does, you know, as far as Ryan Garcia is concerned and Devin Haney's concerned, what pedigree do we need to see in the ring for this to be a competitive fight? What do we need to see for this to be a competitive fight, for this to be a real great fight? And really, let's be honest, I'm focusing on Ryan Garcia because I think Devin Haney's going to bring his consistency to the game. He's going to bring what he's always brought to the game. What is Ryan Garcia going to bring to this fight that's going to make this competitive?
Can I say something on that? Sorry.
What'd you just say,
Sure.
Big Dre? Oh, man. Big Dre, you disappoint me, man. Disappoint me. But go ahead. Y'all go ahead. I'm about to mute myself.
No. Look, you know, I've been seeing Ryan Garcia since ESPN days, Golden Boy, when they signed him when he was in high school and shit like that. And you know, I've seen his career, and now his up and downs. You know, I think he should have never taken that Tank Davis fight. I think that at the end of the day, Tank Davis got, of course, he's the A side. He got everything he wanted, and Ryan Garcia took his first loss. I think that this fight, they know each other. They've been there. And I love Haney. I love what he brings to the sport. I love and I respect everything for his father, too. I know him. And I want to tell you like this. It's going to be a competitive fight. It ain't going to be a whitewash. I'm telling you, there's a challenge here. Ryan Garcia, for the first time, he's going to be there. And he's going to be ready. Derek James is right there with him. He knows that that's the guy he got right now. He's going to put all his effort in him. And I know that people can look at it and say, well, you know, he did this shit the last fight. He did the Floyd Mayweather. Okay, we done with that. This is a real fight. And this is what we want as boxing fans. We have to support this fight because I know in my heart that Ryan Garcia is coming here. He's going to give it his all. And it's going to be a more competitive fight than what Tank Davis, what he did to him, which I got to say.
Okay.
I think Ryan Garcia is going to be more healthy. You know, I think he did learn a little in the Tank Davis fight, but for the most part, I think he also might have been scarred from the Tank Davis fight. You know, it seems like he could possibly be afraid of body shots, you know, or afraid to get hit hard. I don't know what it is, whatever made him turn around and stuff in the last fight. I know you're saying that he got Derek James and that's over and all of that stuff, but that's hard for me to believe. You know, Ryan Garcia is just very undisciplined. He's not a disciplined fighter at all, you know, and he don't seem like he listened to Derek James much at all either, you know. For him even to try that last fight, you know, and he came out and said that Derek James told him not to ever do that, you know, told him not to do it. He just was out there doing what he felt like doing, you know. And I heard rumors about Ryan Garcia being hard to train and all of that stuff. And still that before the fight, before his last fight and leading up to this fight, I've been still hearing, you know, catching sound of him being hard to work with. It's just hard for me to believe that an undisciplined fighter like that can beat Devin Haney, you know, because Devin Haney is very disciplined. We can tell, you know, he never strays away from his game plan. He listens to his dad. He listens to his corner and all. And yeah, I think it's going to be a hard night for Ryan Garcia. He has a puncher's chance, but he don't have discipline, so that's even worse for him. But that's my take on it. I don't think he's going to win.
Okay, I like that. I agree with you on most parts. I definitely think that he has shown not to listen to his coaches, not to make the right adjustments, and to freestyle a lot. He still has a problem with his chin being out. Coming forward flat and not really having his jab is like not really with nothing on it. And I think trying to utilize a one punch as they call it, a one-hitter quitter. I don't know if that's going to work for him. It's going to hurt him more than help him, especially if he goes that route, because even in the Duarte fight, like you said, he showed lack of defense. He got hit. Now he didn't get hurt, but he got hit. And he did some weird things. And seeing that he threw a lot of hooks, and I don't think any of those hooks hurt Duarte until later in the fight when it counted. I think that hurts Ryan's chances in that fashion of him just going one way and trying to win that fight. I think he needs to, and I gave a breakdown of how Ryan should win that fight, should win this fight. And the only thing he can do is just basically cut off the ring on Devin and keep Devin in front of him. If he can't do that, it's going to be a long night. There's nothing close about it. If Devin gets the freedom to move around that ring and use his distance and use his jab at will, and use his hooks, his check hooks and his right hooks coming in on the backside of that, it's going to be a long night for Ryan. And you could possibly see him looking up at the stars. And I don't mean on one knee begging for a 10 count. I'm talking about out for the 10 count. For real.
Like, not getting up on the 10.
Exactly.
I want to tap into, but go ahead, Bradley.
Stop it.
Bradley, talk about it.
Come on, Bradley.
Oh, this dude, did you say he gonna be sleeping?
How you gonna put somebody to sleep with them pillow hands, man? Come on, stop it, man.
No. Hey, you know what? He did before.
Ryan do be sticking his chin out for people. He stick his chin straight up in the air.
Yeah, but hey, I can stick. Devin can't knock me out. Now I'm 55 years old. He got some pillow hands, man.
Claymore.
You don't believe that, bro. You really don't believe that.
Claymore.
He could knock Regis out, and Regis was there to be knocked out, and he didn't knock Regis out.
Claymore,
Regis was there to be knocked out.
Can you guys hear me?
No, he didn't. That's
I can hear you.
Okay,
I hear you.
Okay.
But listen, hold on, wait, hold on. D-Block, go ahead, man. You were trying to get something off your chest. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just had I don't know if it's the weed hitting or it's just this, I don't know. But since we're talking right now, we are hyped up for this shit. I'm telling you right now. How about this? Everybody, hear me out real quick. Right. How about, could this be like Victor Ortiz going in there and they knew that he was a circumstance? They said that he wasn't real with boxing, and he went in there with Andre Berto, the champion at the 147 division. I'm just saying, could we see a replica of that fight? Not the same, but somehow where Ryan Garcia, everybody's saying, oh, he's not this and that, just like Victor Ortiz. Could we see that with, we already know boxing, history repeats itself? What y'all got to say with that?
Nah, I don't think so. I think it's two completely different fights. I think Andre Berto is a complete different fighter, and explosive, to Mike Tyson-ish, to Gervonta Tankin-ish type fighter. I think Devin is just too poised. I'm saying? He's just too disciplined of a fighter. I think this is going to be a boxer versus somebody who's going to be trying to land the left hook. I think if Ryan Garcia tries to box with Devin Haney, he's going to get embarrassed. I think that, and let me tell you why I'm bringing all this up, right? It's because I had a conversation about this a little bit earlier, right? With on another panel, right? Ryan Garcia needs to be honest with himself about what he brings to the table. And he needs to capitalize and make sure that he's fighting this fight with that on his mind. He's going to have to box at some point in this match because he's going to have to set up the opportunities. So he's going to have to find a way to set up the opportunities to land that left hook. But he better remember that that's what he does. If he gets out of character and starts thinking that it's something else, and I'm telling you, even with Derek James, coaching him, Derek James has a habit of, trying to show people how to box. And some people don't know how to box. Some people need to capitalize on what they do. Like Anthony Joshua knows how to box, but he wasn't capitalizing on what he did with Derek. You know what I'm saying? So if Ryan's going to come into this fight, he better not try to compete with Devin in Devin's playground. He needs to try to pull Devin away from what Devin does and bring him into Ryan Garcia's playground. And that's going to be easier said than done. Also, Ryan has a horrible habit of being impulsive and doing what he feels like doing. He's a very hard-headed fighter. Example, the California Roll, right? So at the end of the day, is he listening to Derrick James? Is he going to be able to sit there and take direction from Derrick James and allow Derrick James to get him to a victory on this, or is he going to try to do it on his own? We have to be honest about who he's been. This man went and put a fight together with Devin Haney, was trying to supposedly, then pulled out, went to Rolly, then went from Rolly back to Devin. Derrick didn't have nothing to do with that.
Claymore, yeah. Claymore, I'm going to say it like this. Maybe I'm begging for a win for Ryan Garcia, even though I'm a Devin Haney. I love Devin Haney. Maybe I'm begging for it. I don't know, man. Maybe something here, bro. I'm telling you right now. Now another vision came at me, and I'm going to let it go like this. Everybody do whatever y'all got to do. Oscar De La Hoya versus I Corte. I Corte was the better jabber than Oscar De La Hoya. We know this. It was a great fight. Oscar De La Hoya, there's certain aspects where they compare Ryan Garcia to him. It could be, and at the end of the day, you can say what you got to say. And we know that he's not disciplined as De La Hoya. But do you see something there with like an I Corte versus De La Hoya? That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say.
I'm going to touch on that. I Corte is a lot smaller than De La Hoya.
Let 210 step in right quick. She been quiet.
I believe that this is Devin's fight to lose. But with that being said, have we seen Devin really fight somebody, number one, his size, and have we ever seen Devin fight somebody that's going to come at him? Now, granted, Ryan's not disciplined. He fight off instinct. He does whatever. And even when he said while he was doing the California Roll in the last fight, he was like, I needed to do something to slow down his momentum. He just didn't do the right thing in the right way. So he knew it was something that he needed to do. He just didn't know what. So if Derrick James is really able to get to him, and I think a lot of issues that he had with his trainers before was maybe a trust thing. And I want to believe that, which is why he wasn't necessarily listening to them. And after they didn't show up after the Tank fight, that made me feel like, okay, maybe he had some trust issues with them. That's why he didn't listen. I mean, of course, he's hard-headed. All boxers are hard-headed. And it's starting to seem like Derrick James specializes in training hard-headed ass boxers because all his fighters, for the most part, are hard-headed. Vince, Jermell, you all see them in the corner not listening. But this is definitely Devin's fight to lose. And the fact that Ryan does go off of his instinct sometimes, because you'll see him in the ring throw that hook, and it seems like he don't even know he threw the hook. He don't even know he got the person hurt until he see their reaction. So if he's able to come at Devin, time that jab, and get that hook off, or maybe even that right hand, he got a good shot at stopping Devin. Devin has to damn near fight a perfect fight all 12 rounds, if we're honest.
Can I chime in?
That's kind of what I was going to say. That's kind of what I was going to say, because now, Ray, you said I disappointed you. I said the only chance Devin's got to win
I was
this
just
fight.
messing with you. I was just messing with you.
The only
I knew Dre was coming up here for a reason, by the way. Yeah, I know for a fact if he came up here, somebody playing with that man. Somebody playing with that man if he came up here. But go ahead. Let Dre get it. Y'all gonna stop playing with him. I knew as soon as I seen him, somebody was playing with him. Go ahead.
I wanted to get him up
Come
here.
on, now. Somebody pushed my button. I got to answer.
Period. Go ahead, man.
Again, I think the only way that Devin wins this fight is by decision. I don't think he's got the power. I don't think he might have the power, but I don't think he uses the power or he's intimidated by his own power. He knows he can box, and he knows that he using those boxing skills, he can go all the way 12 rounds, and he knows that he can get a decision. Okay? That is not there's no doubt in my mind that he is confident in the fact that he can go 12 rounds of boxing and outbox almost anybody he gets in the ring with. And I say almost. There are probably a couple of people out there who can take him. Now that being said,
you think Ryan one of them?
No, I'm as a pure boxer. No, Ryan's not one of them. But Ryan's got speed. Speed kills.
Devin,
Ryan's got power. And
Devin don't have power.
Ryan's got power.
Who said that? The same guy who keeps saying he don't got power? Come on, bro.
Ryan's got power. He's got power
Say,
in
player,
both hands.
Devin don't have power.
Who's saying that?
say
You over the
something?
lower
Can I
left?
jump in?
The
Can
brother
I
over
jump
the
in
lower
real
left
quick?
right there saying
Let
that, man.
Ross Clark talk.
Can I jump in real quick?
No, hold on. Let Dre close
Yeah,
it out.
let's see if Ross
go
Clark
ahead.
going to
Okay,
jump
go
in the
ahead.
pot too, y'all.
Let
To
Dre
even
finish right
think
quick.
that Devin can get a knockout is pretty far fetched in my opinion.
Okay, all right. I like it, man. This is what it's all
Speak
about.
to him.
Dre,
Speak
go
to
ahead, close it
him.
out.
Speak to him.
Y'all ever
All
see
right.
Buzz Bunny when he had Buzz Bunny in the big pot and he be cooking him,
Will
he
you
be
be
chopping the
quiet, man?
vegetables up in there,
Hey, man. Hey,
and
quick.
he be
Say,
steady cooking,
player.
thinking he taking a bath. That's what it seemed like. Let's see who else going to jump in the pot.
No, Bradley.
Say,
Bradley,
player. Quit talking about
go ahead,
cartoon
though.
characters, man.
Hold on, let Dre finish right quick. Let Dre close it up. Let Dre close it up real quick. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right. Again, Ryan is fast. He's fast with both hands. He's got power in both hands. He might not have knockout power in both hands, but he does have power in both hands. If he catches Devin flush with a right hand and follows it up with that hook, it can be
Going to
all
sleep.
over. And I think that can happen because Devin has shown that in the process of trying to box, he lets himself. He's thinking so much about setting up something that he lets himself be open. Okay. His defense can be penetrated.
Okay.
Loma showed that. Loma showed it. Loma
Yeah, but Ryan ain't Loma, but I hear you.
No, but Loma put out
Speak on it. Speak on it, big man. Speak on it, player. Speak on it.
Loma put out the blueprint. Okay.
Ryan, an orthodox fighter though, ain't
he? Yeah, but he's an orthodox fighter with a hell of a left hook.
All right.
Speak on him, player.
I hear you, boy. We're gonna talk. We're gonna be here the next day. That's a fact. Who was about to say something? I think Ross Clark wanted to say something. Let Ross Clark.
Ross Clark wanted to jump in the pot too.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ross.
You always want to jump in the pot.
You already in the pot, bro. Come on, you simmering already. Somebody else.
Ross, you done? You done, Ross? You not in here yet? Okay, cool. Ross is not ready. Who was it gonna be next? Let me tap in, bro. F it. Let me tap in.
I want to say something too.
Okay, let me tap in. This is what I think, right? I think anything is possible. I think there's no reason to rule out anything in this fight. I think if you're a Ryan fan or if you feel like Ryan can win this fight, you have ways for Ryan to win this fight, right? And if you're a Devin Haney fan, you have ways for Devin Haney to win this fight. But here's what I believe. I believe Ryan Garcia has digressed since the Luke Campbell fight. He has not gotten better. He's not stayed still. He's actually gone backwards. I believe Devin Haney's gotten way better since they fought, obviously, in the amateurs, and definitely way better since Ryan Garcia fought Luke Campbell. I think hard work pays off at the end of the day. I think Ryan's done a lot of selling, a lot of marketing. He's taken a lot of opportunities, including Gervonta Tank Davis, to make himself relevant again, where he wasn't relevant before Gervonta. He was damn near a prospect before Gervonta, damn near. You know what I'm saying? And I think the fantasy of it is cool, but I think the reality at some point has to settle in the pedigree of fighters that are walking into the ring that night. And the pedigree says that Devin Haney is hands down better than Ryan Garcia, and it's only natural that the better man should win that night. Now, Ryan Garcia can throw a left hook, catch Devin Haney, and it will be a win for Ryan Garcia, and that's the way he can win it. But the reality is, more than likely, we know who's going to win that fight. Who should win that fight? Like 2 Cent said, who should win that fight? It's his fight to lose. If he loses it, because at the end of the day, the reason she said that is because he's better. He's better than Ryan Garcia.
Devin may pull a Shakur Stevenson and run the whole fight because he don't want to get hit by that left hook.
Ross Clark, where you at, bro?
I don't think he's going to run that whole fight. I think what he's going to do is he's going to try to box it. He's going to try to sidestep him. He's going to try to slide. He's going to try to stay just to the outside.
But have we ever seen Devin fight under any type of pressure?
Yep.
I mean, the Loma
all the time.
The Loma fight, and he
what fights you been
arguably lost
watching?
that fight.
A lot of fights. Did
A
he not
smaller,
stand?
a fighter bigger than him?
Yes. Linares is bigger than him, and he stood in the pocket with Linares. Doesn't matter what happened in that 10th round because that's where everybody counts. But he beat the brakes off of Linares that whole fight. I'm just saying, it's like we got it. We look at Devin.
I guarantee you, he's not fighting Ryan in the pocket.
Why would he have to? The Ryan.
Oh no, he doesn't have to fight Ryan in the
line
pocket.
up. We're gonna find out.
Let's talk about Ryan's skill set for a second.
Okay.
Ryan's very awkward. He doesn't have a tradition, like he boxes with, he thinks he has fast hands. So he doesn't have great footwork, which I heard people say he has footwork. He has no footwork. Ryan is a straightforward fighter. Ryan only has two weapons and they're hooks. His jab is so soft. You talk about pillow hands, bro, he might tap Devin on the chin with those, and everybody in the arena might go to sleep because there ain't nothing but fairy dust coming out of those things. So
come on, Ray, it ain't that bad.
Man. There's no jab coming from this dude. When he jabs and throws his hooks, he leaves his chin in the air. That's a fatal mistake for any boxer that's a professional. It's an amateur mistake. Two, on the last part of this, actually, I ain't even gonna go to because we're gonna go to the last part. The last part is when he throws his shots, he drops his hands. And when you drop your hands, you leave yourself exposed. You have a person in there with an IQ for boxing. He boxes. I don't care how you put it, what you don't like about him, you got to respect him. The dude is a boxer. He moves his feet. He parries jabs. He parries hooks. He does everything. He catches everything, right? He catches them. He uses his glove a lot on the backside when he's in defense and he goes to the lunge for his jab. All these things happen, and he knows how to follow it up with a hook. He counters off the back foot. He pivots left and right. He knows how to turn the fighter. He didn't even touch the ropes. Check this out. He didn't touch the ropes in his last fight. Right? When he fought Loma.
He had the perfect opponent, player. He had the perfect opponent.
Okay, so listen, player. Let's get to this. Player, because we're going to go on this for a second. What were people saying before that fight happened? A lot of people saying, yo, Regis better not, if you let Regis touch him, this is going to happen. All day long. Same thing they're saying about the Ryan fight. Give a guy his credit where it's due. That's not use what we dislike about him.
No, I mean, I'm saying Devin's fight to lose.
I'm not talking to you. I'm just saying general. No, you're right. I 100% agree with that. You're right. 2 cents. I'm not going against that. What I'm saying is there's a lot of people that are using their fan mode instead of using their boxing mode. I'm talking about the boxing skills of two fighters and where they come into the ring. I'm not telling you Ryan can't hit him. I mean, it's a fight. I tell this to every fight. I mean, to every person during every fight. There's always a puncher's chance. That's why they get in the ring. It happens. He may knock him out. We may be shocked. Matter of fact, I think I was talking to Clay today, and what I say, Clay, I said I had a dream that he sat Devin down. Devin said, "Did I tell you that?" I said, and I was laughing. I said, Devin had to step his game up. That was a dream.
Round 6.
But listen, it can happen. It can happen, right? So anything can happen. So at the end of the day, we have to be realistic with what we're watching as opponents. We're really watching somebody, like Clay said, that didn't really work on developing his skills. I know he's trying, but he hasn't. He's been the same, if not less than what he was, to somebody that has taken everything to progress. And as he's progressing, guess what? He only got better. And that's what we have to look at.
Can I say something to that? Is that all right with you guys?
Yeah, no, go ahead. I'm done. I'm good.
Thank you so much. And this is the thing that I've been following Haney since he was with Showtime in the beginning. I've been following him and I've seen his fights and I've seen how he's progressed. He's been a great fighter. And like I said, I got nothing but respect for him. More than Tank Davis, of course. We know that Devin Haney is the truth. He spoke the truth. He talked the truth. His dad was right behind him and they spoke it all today. They said, we're going to be undisputed. And they accomplished that. They said, we're going to be WBC champion at 140. They accomplished that. Devin Haney, when I look at the fighters that he's fought, I could say Lomachenko, I could say Ken Bosos, I could say even to other fighters that he's fought. He's been the taller guy with the longer reach, with a good jab. Of course, he's a great jabber. And when he fought Linares, he was actually there with somebody his same size, same length, certain maybe off a couple of centimeters or whatever it is, but he was in there with him, and it was a tough fight. We can't say it not. I gotta respect nothing but Linares. So we're going with Ryan Garcia. We know that they are almost the same height, same reach, pedigree. You could say that, yes, Devin Haney has the better pedigree because of what he's done in the amateurs and what he's done in the pros. But last I heard, it was 3-3. And this is game 7.
Yes, sir.
Anything
Yes,
happens
sir.
in 7. Facts.
I agree with that.
Well, you know, the
Yes, sir.
Where Ross Clark? Ross Clark, where he at?
I'm not saying that that Ryan is going to win this fight. I am pointing out that yes, he has a puncher's chance. Yes, he has speed. Yes, he has power in both hands. He can win this fight. I see the fight going the distance. You know, myself,
Me too.
I see it going all the way to into the 12th round. The bell rings. They walk out there. They shake hands and they raise Devin's hand. That's the way I see it going. Of course, now I did put a $50 bet on it that, you know, Ryan knocks his monkey ass out.
That's just hate, Dre. That's just hate.
Y'all already know.
Not on the man's downfall, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now. That
trying to make a few
bet
dollars,
wasn't made out of no love. That bet wasn't made out of no strategy. That bet was made out of, please, Lord, knock this dude out. I don't like this man.
But y'all know what's really crazy is that
bet was
Ryan
made out of a
doesn't.
plus 5,000, baby.
Ryan doesn't even need to win this fight. He just needs to be competitive, and he will stay at the level that he's at, and he will continue to get big fights still. He doesn't have to. Nobody's expecting Ryan to beat the top contenders. They're just expecting him to be competitive, and that's all he needs to do. Him losing to any other top fighters, I feel like, will not do anything to hurt his stock. Now, if he go in there and get washed, that's a different story.
Right. I agree with you 100%. By the way. Dre, he wants your money. He wants your money. Dre said
2 cents speaks the truth every time she talks.
Hold on. 2 cents. You gonna hold this bag? I'm about to cash app you. You wanna hold this bag? I want this money from Dre.
What you betting?
He said he got 50. I got 100 on it.
He said he got 100.
Ross Clark ain't come back yet. I want to hear what he wanted to do.
I'm saying I got 100.
Say, player, what's the deal with you and Ross Clark, man?
I want to hear because he said he's 49-0. I'm thinking he might be 49-1 after this one. If he jump in this pot with y'all, y'all just simmering. I'm ready to turn the fire up. I'm just chopping up the vegetables, throwing them in there.
Let me tell you,
say, player, you don't know how to cook no gumbo, man. Stay in your lane, player. You don't know how to cook no gumbo,
bro. Devin Haney, when Devin Haney was fighting Regis Prograis, Devin Haney.
The Mac player lines. He got the lines for you, bro. That playing thing is gonna be classic forever. I think I'm gonna sample that. I might put that in the intro a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, that play is classic.
Hey man, I say player instead of saying the N-word. I just say player.
No doubt. Hey man, you say it right, bro. You don't say it like you saying it wrong or like you said it for the first time. But listen, one thing I love about the panels is the way we can build on boxing the way we do here. I love it, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Even the way Frequent getting that Roscott to get something right, and everybody coming up here and building like that. Boxing conversations are supposed to be just like this. But I just want to say, at the end of the day, everybody in this panel knows in their heart who's gonna win this fight. Now, anything outside
it's a toss-up, man. Stop that, player.
Hold on. Rosclot ain't jumping in the pot. So let me get at them real quick. I just want to ask them a question.
Hey, hold up. Freaker Fly, you like 0-31, man. You like 0-31 in debates. Let it go, player.
Okay, you ain't had your glasses on and your hearing aid battery died for the last few weeks, right? I understand, bro. But since Rosclot ain't coming, I'm just going to tell y'all this, man. Devin Haney, when he was fighting Regis Prograis, he knocked Regis down. He wobbled Regis. Y'all saying he don't got no power. Did Devin Haney have the opportunity to knock out Regis Prograis? I just want to ask y'all that. And answer that honestly.
Yes, why he didn't do it.
I think he did.
Okay,
yes, so why he didn't do it, player.
Okay, so y'all just cooked your own self if you saying that, because you just said it's no way that he can knock him out. He don't have no power, and he's pillow fisted. How you hurt somebody and wobble him, knock him down?
Why he didn't knock him out? Why he didn't knock him out?
Because he stuck with the plan. Because
he didn't want to.
Regis was off balance.
Oh my goodness! So he did the stanky leg because he was off balance.
You terrible at this, man.
And what y'all talking about?
Say freaking fly.
Hold on. So if he was
Freaking fly player, you are terrible at debating, bro. You are terrible at it. You terrible, bro. I mean, like terrible at debating. Look what you just said, man. Why he didn't knock him out? Because he was sticking to the game plan. Come on, player.
Bro, you
What
just
fight y'all
cooked your
talking
own
about?
self. It's not logical what you said. You said before this, you said that Devin Haney was pillow fisted and he would never be able to knock out Ryan Garcia because he don't have no punching power. But then when I asked you, could he have knocked out Regis Prograis, you said yes. So if he could, which one is it, bro? It can't be both.
He should have knocked out.
Both things.
I said he should have knocked him out.
Why you say he should have knocked him out? Because he knocked him down and
because
he hurt him, right?
Because he picked a perfect opponent. Oh, that was a flash knockdown, player.
And he hurt him a couple times, right?
Nothing. He ain't hurt nothing, man.
Then how could he have knocked him out then, in your opinion? In your opinion, how could he have knocked him out if he can't punch and he didn't have him hurt?
That's a good point.
They could have stopped it. He wasn't knocking him out.
Good point. Who knocked
Common sense ain't so common all the time.
I'm about to say,
TKO, can I step in here?
TKO frequent. TKO
Can I step in here?
TKO. Thank you again. TKO.
Devin better not knock Ryan out, boy. I tell you that.
A TKO is a stoppage, bro. It's a knockout. Technical knockout.
Can I say something?
Next 20 weeks.
So wait. First of all, let me just read this real quick. Hold on. Anonymous says Ryan hasn't fought a 140-pounder yet. Tago, Fortuna, and Duarte are from smaller weight classes. Why ain't we talking about that?
Don't forget Dave.
Yep.
Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. Can I say something real fast? Just real quick.
Wait, Dre, hold on, because I need Ross Cloud to kick in because I think he just came back in the building. I know we've been kind of.
Let me say one thing. First, let me respond to Anon. He's 100% correct. I don't like when fighters try to campaign at a certain weight class, but they never fight a natural fighter in that weight class. So that he's right about that. So it's a whole lot of things going on with this fight. And number two, it don't even matter if Haney don't knock him out. Who cares? Most of us on here know Haney's gonna win. We're talking about a guy that got damn near every flaw in boxing, and we're supposed to believe, if we all believe that Haney is in fact an A+ fighter, an elite fighter, how the hell is Ryan Garcia gonna beat him? And forget the puncher's chance, forget the hand speed. He's gonna get beat up, schooled. It don't have to be a knockout. If it's a win, it's a win.
Time and beat speed all the time, bro.
Can I say something now?
Yeah, go ahead, Jerry.
Okay. Now, frequent. You asked, did he have the opportunity? Opportunity being the key word here. Did he have the opportunity?
I used that word opportunity.
You used the word opportunity. Okay?
Somebody rewind it back.
You used the word opportunity.
Yes, you did use the word opportunity. Yes, you did.
Did he have the opportunity to knock him out? Yes.
Opportunity.
Okay, again, that's all good. So what?
When he was doing this, that, as you call it, the stanky leg, he had the opportunity. He didn't.
Why was he doing the stanky leg though?
Listen.
Don't try to get out the pot. You still cooking, bro. Stay in there.
I'm not trying to get out the pot, baby. Now, again, he hurt him. I'll give him that. Okay, there was some hurt there.
That's all there is. That I rest my case, bro. Y'all say they ain't had no power. You can't hurt nobody without no power. You can't hurt nobody with pillow fists. Okay, so that's it, bro. Don't try to stay in the pot. You like the crab trying to get out the pot. Stay in there, bro.
You got the opportunity. You presented the opportunity. All you got to do is take advantage of it. He couldn't take advantage of it.
No, his dad told him not. His dad told him to stick to the game plan, bro.
The game plan is win the fight. If he's knocked out, fight over. You win. That's the game plan. Win the fight.
Okay, so you sound like you think that Regis. So you sound like you think that Regis. You sound like you think that Ryan Garcia is a better fighter than Regis. Like Ryan Garcia don't stick his chin up in the air and say, "Here, hit me here, right here. I ain't going back up. I ain't gonna move too fast. I ain't gonna step to the side or block it or nothing like that. My chin is right here."
I never said that. I gave the opportunity, the game plan for Ryan to win. He's got to catch him good. Okay, with a right.
But you said it's going to happen though.
I know. I never said it's going to happen.
You said, rewind it back, y'all. We got him. Got one.
I said I got $50 on it. I got 50. I put $50 on it.
Why you got $50 on it if you don't think it's going to happen and you ain't say it's going to happen?
Because the odds was a plus 5,000, baby. I'm willing to risk it. I'm willing to risk it.
This the guy that go to the crap tables and bet all of the hard bets and lose all his money. And they be like, yo, don't do that. He put everything on it.
Let's keep it real. Don't nobody think Ryan gonna win, man. Let's just cut the bullshit.
I think we can be honest about that, guys. I just got to be honest with you guys. I think there's a chance for anything to happen. I think any given Sunday, anything can happen. I think nobody can deny that Ryan Garcia has a left hook, that if he hits Devin Haney, nobody's saying Devin Haney's just going to take a left hook from Ryan Garcia and just eat it and smile at him. He needs to be aware of that left hook, and I think he's going to be aware of it. And I think he has the skill set and the abilities to not get hit by that left hook, and I think we all know that. But outside of that left hook, where does Ryan Garcia compete with Devin Haney? On what level does he compete with him? We got to be honest. Outside of a hard left hook, or I'll give him a right hook too, just to make y'all happy. I'll say fine, a right and a left. All right. outside of that, where does he compete with Devin Haney? It's just
he doesn't. He doesn't compete with him. He's a tomato can. He's garbage. He's not going to compete.
Claymore? You know what, Claymore?
He's straight trash.
He's in there. He's going to collect his. Ryan is being very strategic. He's going to get in the ring with Devin Haney. He's going to get out the ring and go collect that bag. Okay.
You said very strategic. Describing Ryan Garcia.
That is very strategic. He all about the money, and you got to look at it. That's what he
ain't about winning. That's for sure. I'm gonna tell you right now, Ryan gonna get. This is what I believe is gonna happen. Ryan gonna get punched on, trying to hit him with left hooks. He's gonna keep getting punched on, and he's gonna hope that he hit him with a left hook. And I think by the right round 7 or 8, he's gonna look like he's been getting punched on.
Y'all gonna see the y'all gonna see the difference, man.
Y'all believe in Haney, boy. Oh, y'all
gonna see
y'all some Haney believers, man.
Y'all gonna see the difference, bro. You saw how Ryan came out of the tank fight looking. His face was all clean and pretty, still looking
Ryan lost one fight, and y'all acting like he's fighting me. Goodness gracious, the man lost one fight. One fight.
Bradley.
Goodness gracious, man. Y'all got to stop being so biased, player. Stop being biased and just call it down the middle.
We just not dumb, bro.
You just calling it for what it is, man. This is what it is.
Wait a minute. I'm lost here. Who on this panel think Ryan is gonna win?
Bradley 68.
I don't know who's gonna win.
I don't know who's gonna win, but I don't think he's gonna walk through Ryan.
Go ahead, Big Dre.
But if Haney wins,
gonna win, you bet the house on it.
If Haney wins,
hey,
the house.
Hey,
I want to have them odds come
1, 2, 3, 4 y'all players. 4 y'all players. Every time somebody says something about Haney gonna win. Haney is not Sugar Ray Leonard. Y'all get that out y'all head.
He's not Sugar Ray Leonard. But Ryan Garcia, though, bro.
He ain't Wilfredo.
Y'all was saying he gonna lose to Ryan Garcia, man.
Y'all saying he can beat Shakur, he can beat Tank, he can beat Boots, he can beat. Oh, come on,
okay, Bradley. Quick question. Are you mad because Rollo said that Haney's the best boxer in this day and age? I think that caught you some type of way, because ever since he said that, you've been
hey, hold up, player. It ain't just Rollo. It's all of y'all. Y'all all love Haney, man. Y'all be biased sometimes. I like this channel, but sometimes y'all be a little biased towards Haney.
It's not all of them, bro. It's not all of them. It's me. It's me. I embrace it all. Haney's clan.
Man, you act like you talking about.
It's me.
It's Ryan Garcia.
Hey. Hold up, time out. Hold up, players. Let me speak. Hold up, players. Let me speak, player. Let me speak, player. Then I'll let y'all speak.
Go ahead, bro.
If Tank ain't fight him, Tank was scared of him. Shakur, he can beat Shakur. He gonna beat Ryan. He can beat Boots. Haney is a hell of a fighter, but he is not on the level of no Sugar Ray Leonard to get all this hype, y'all. Giving that young blood.
You forgot David Benavidez too. Throw him in there too.
He ain't in no David Benavidez category. Now stop that. That's why you keep losing, freaking fly, because you be saying some of the craziest shit, man.
According to y'all the ones trying to send him to fight David Benavidez and Boots and all these people in these higher weight classes because y'all want them to stay away from Tank because Tank too little. Y'all trying to send them up there to fight Boots and then David Benavidez.
How big?
Y'all trying to make him fight what's the other boy name who supposedly slapped him and took his shoes at 154? Y'all want him at 154? Y'all want him far away from Tank, man.
Listen, man.
We want
he coming in the ring at 165.
Speak to him, man. Speak to him, man. Speak to him.
2 cents know what y'all be saying.
Hey, David Haney is a fat ass, man.
But no, let's not go there though. Let's not go there though, yo. I really want to say this though. I really like Ryan Garcia though. I think Ryan Garcia is a good kid and everything. I think that was a good move for him to go over there with Derek James. I think Derek James is an excellent coach. You know what I'm saying? I think Derek James, if anybody could get him right, it's Derek James. And I was hoping that he really pay attention and listen to Derek James. But I don't think that it'll happen this quick. You know, I think Derek James could definitely teach him some things, you know, and get him right with his defense and his footwork and how to, not have his chin sticking straight up and step straight back. Well, move straight back to get out the way of a punch instead of blocking or sidestepping or whatever. But Ryan Garcia just hard headed, man. He don't seem like he listening. So I know it's not going to happen that quick. That's all. I don't think it's going to happen that quick.
I'm gonna bring in. I'm here for boxing in 1 second. I just want to say this, right? This is not a good argument to say that we just backing up Haney. Dude, we're talking about Ryan Garcia. Listen, we're talking about Ryan Garcia, man. This is not Ryan versus. This is not Devin versus Tank. Devin versus Shakur. Devin versus Teofimo. This is not. We're not talking about those guys were fighting. Devin would be like, yo, this is gonna be a great fight. Devin need to be on his game. He need to pay attention to this. That's how we wouldn't be talking this way. It's Ryan Garcia, man. It's just
that's why you should. That's why you should respect Ryan Garcia because he gonna come in with the utmost confidence. He done beat Devin 3 times, so he ain't scared of Devin at all.
Let me tell you, I give Ryan his accolades all the time. I'll tell you, Ryan is willing to fight.
What accolades? Hold on, what accolades, bro?
The fact that
he beat him, bro. He beat him, bro.
And the amateurs don't count, bro. It's a whole different point.
I don't care. He beat him, bro. I don't care, bro. He still beat him.
He willing to fight him, man. He willing to fight the best. You come on, man. Ryan
guys beat Terrence Crawford.
Huh?
Who guys beat Terrence Crawford?
The amateurs you talking about, right?
Yeah, if it matter what he talking about, then Ugas beat Terrence Crawford.
Well, I don't know what he's saying, but I'm giving him the accolades of saying that Ryan is not scared to fight the best, man.
That's not an accolade, bro.
That is, man.
Y'all acting like yep.
Let's be honest. How hard is it for us to see the fights we want to see? And these fighters not fighting each other. And Ryan is sitting up in there saying, I'll fight him. You got to give him his respect.
And we give him respect, but that's not an accolade, though.
It's not an accolade.
You're right. That's not an accolade. I just meant like I'm going to give him his respect is what I'm trying to say.
Ryan has never been champion. He ain't beat no champions or nothing like that.
You're right. You're right. I don't mean accolades like accomplishments. I mean, I used the wrong word. You're right. I didn't mean accolades like accomplishments. I mean, like I'm gonna celebrate him for what he brings to boxing. You know what I'm saying? That the fact that he's willing to make the biggest fights he can make. You know what I'm saying?
But he was saying that Ryan Garcia is not afraid of Devin Haney.
Where's Frank at right now?
But history prove otherwise because he became interim champion. He was supposed to fight Devin Haney, and he skipped out. He told Devin Haney to his face that he wasn't going to fight him. Right at the Luke Campbell, was it the Luke Campbell or Fortuna? One of them guys. He was supposed to fight.
Why you bringing that up? And they fight now.
He said, "I'm gonna fight you last. I want to fight Tank."
Well, okay, but he fighting him now. So what you saying don't count for nothing. He fighting him now. You must want to fight him. He fighting him now.
This is what I want to say. This is what I need to say to you, bro. You know that I rep Hanos clan. I like Devin Haney. So everything that we talk about, everything I talk about, people tend to drag Devin Haney into it. You know, I could be talking about Bud or somebody, and they bring it. They say everybody think that it's somehow going to end up at Devin Haney, but it be y'all who bring it to Devin Haney. So that's why you see it as bias. You know, like I'm biased or something, but I'm not biased. I know that Ryan Garcia has a hard. What is it? A right hook, left hook, left hook.
Mhm.
I know he has a hard left hook. I know if he catch Devin Haney clean with that, you know, it could be night, or, you know, possibly put Devin down. I know he got power, but what else though? He don't have no defense. He don't have good feet. You know, he can come forward, but that's not going to help him at all. Just coming forward, that's going to make him run into something. And it's just crazy to me that y'all just think that Ryan Garcia is just going to beat him with no discipline either. He don't even have discipline. That's very important. The fundamentals and all of that stuff. He don't even hold his hand. He don't hold his other hand in the right position, you know, to block a punch when he's throwing a punch. You know, he like Ray said, he puts his hands down and leans back, you know, with his chin up in the air so he can get knocked out.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
I think you are misconstruing just a little bit of the information that's being put out here. Because see, everybody said that we think Devin's going to win. He's going to outbox Ryan. He's going to outclass him, and it's going to be fairly easy. But if he goes into this fight thinking that he is just going to outclass Ryan and loses concentration for just a second, and Ryan catches him with one, and that's the puncher's chance. Just lose focus just for a second.
Can I say what?
When he loses that focus and gets caught, it's night. But that's
why is it okay? Why is it okay for you to think that Ryan Garcia is going to lose? But if I think he's going to lose, I'm biased.
I'm not saying it.
Not to you. I know what he's saying. Can I say something to that, Dre?
Sure.
So you think every boxer has a puncher's chance?
No, not every boxer has a puncher's chance.
So they're not in the ring, and so even boxers that have previous knockouts, they don't have puncher's chance?
Oh, no, yeah, every boxer.
A puncher's chance means if I catch you with this punch, I can get you out of there.
So exactly.
And I've shown I can do it.
Right.
Consistently.
So that's what a puncher's chance means?
To me.
So, yes. I put a puncher's chance for anybody. Just do
Bradley, the life of the show. I don't care what nobody says. He the wild card every day. Listen,
Shu said, you don't think that Devin Haney punched hard enough to knock Ryan out?
Every puncher,
we haven't seen Devin Haney punch hard enough to knock nobody out.
You never saw Devin Haney knock nobody out. He got knockouts on his
the Mexicans.
The
Mexicans in Tijuana.
Man, let's keep it real. He ain't got no power. Stop the bullshit. Stop the bullshit.
Ross said, I'm going to keep my credibility, damn it. But I ain't losing my credibility for none of y'all in this room today.
Nobody will ever say Devin Haney has a puncher's chance. You will never hear that.
Why do they
describe Devin Haney. They don't say Devin got a puncher's chance. They say he can outbox you. Nobody ever like, oh, Haney got a puncher's chance. You never hear that.
You know why?
Speak on it, ma'am. Speak on it.
Because people usually say that you have a puncher's chance when you can't box. That's why.
Right.
No, when you have a punch.
No.
When you have power.
When you have a punch.
People told Tank that nobody ever said Tank has a puncher's chance because he can box, because he can fight.
The A side every fight. A puncher's chance is when you're not the better person.
Frequent fly, you done lost again, man. You 0-32.
Yeah, frequent. I don't think you ever won a debate.
Bro, stop. Y'all lying to yourself, man. Y'all in the pot cooking right now.
Yo, Ross can get.
Hey, two cents is cooking you, man.
Nachos, chips, and Doritos Ranch, and I could tell you that Doritos Ranch tastes better, and I'ma still be.
Look,
you know what? Forget my statement. I was going somewhere.
It is what it is. Hold on, wait, guys, listen. It's about that time. First of all, I want to be honest with you guys. It's about that time. So, in a minute, we're going to bring it around to everybody just making their closing statements. But you know, at the end of the day, man, the fight's going to be a good fight, one way or the other. I'm not going to keep saying the same thing over and over again. I think Devin's just I don't. You know what I mean? I just think everybody in here knows Devin is just better than Ryan, right? Now, is Devin going to knock Ryan out? I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm not ruling that out. You know what I mean? I think to sit here and say he can't is just an extreme comment to make. But I think he's gonna whoop him. I think he's gonna punch on him. I think he's gonna punch on him for real. That whole match, as long as that match lasts, I think Ryan's gonna be getting punched on, very similar to how Regis was getting punched on.
But Clay, let me respond to that real quick. We seen Ryan get hit flush from Tank. Flush.
He sat down.
He didn't knock him out.
Second round, he knocked him on.
All right, but look, 2 cents. I want to say this, right? You're right. Everything you're about to say, I know, because I know how you are. I know you about to spit some facts, and I'm not finna argue with you because I know you about to spit some facts.
but that's incorrect though. What she said is incorrect though. If you get hit to the body and you don't get up, that's a knockout.
I'm not talking about the body.
Talking about that second round. I'm not finna do that with you. What I'm gonna say though is, if Devin knock Ryan out, I want you to remember Tank didn't. I want you to remember Tank didn't.
Don't blame it on Snack.
Don't blame it on no Snack. Don't blame it on everybody.
I ain't even bring up Snack.
No, it's gonna be the weight thing. It's gonna. They always gotta throw some excuses. It's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. I'm telling you.
Listen, I'm just saying, y'all can keep it 100. We're gonna keep it 100, and I'm gonna agree with you guys. Devin hasn't been known to knock nobody out, man. He's not known for his power punching. He's a great boxer. He's known for what he's known for. But if he does sit that boy down and he don't get back up when the ref say
a lot of people gonna lose some money.
You don't get up.
Devin Haney be knocking people out in sparring. He been before when he was at 135.
Oh,
he was
this young blood, he'll get some man. Young blood, you just make stuff up, young blood. Goodness gracious, man.
I'm trying to drink, bro. You just messed me up.
Say, freaking fry. You like, oh, man, you're terrible at debating, man. You got to get better, bro. You got to do better. You terrible at debating, man.
This crazy how I'll be terrible in debating, but I'll be right a lot of times. I debated. I can't even count how many of y'all that I debated with saying that Devin Haney can fight somebody other than Sandor Martin, and y'all, oh, he ain't fighting nobody but Sandor Martin. That's his mandatory. He can't fight nobody else. I don't know why they pushing this narrative. And now he about to fight Ryan Garcia, and everybody quiet. Nobody want to say nothing about it. Everybody was saying, oh, he's stuck in between the rock and the hard place. He's never going to move up. He got to fight Shakur. He wouldn't dare fight Regis Prograis. Regis will knock him out. He got up there, beat the crap out of the Rougarou, ripped his tail off, and put him down. And now everybody, oh, Rougarou, he's a bum. Regis was a bum, man. He ain't got no footwork. He couldn't do this. Y'all be wrong all the time, but yet I be getting cooked in these debates to y'all. The illusion of these characters, bro.
I want to know who the fuck picked short ass arms, almost 35-year-old Regis to beat Haney.
You did. Don't get amnesia now. You did. That's who you.
You did.
That's who you did. Bro. You about to be 49-2 if you keep it up.
Who picked?
I ain't gonna lie. I put 25 on
Regis to beat Haney.
Yeah, don't come up here and cap, bro. Don't come up here and cap. It was you.
I got a whole prediction video on it.
Yeah, we looking at you, bro. It's you.
Who is you? Who is you?
You,
the person who made you 49-1. That's who I am.
I ain't never picked Regis to beat Haney. But I bet you picked Spence to beat Crawford. I bet you that.
Absolutely, but he couldn't see though.
Yeah. He got his ass whooped.
He couldn't see, bro.
Hey, that's a whole nother lie.
You don't know shit about boxing.
Hashtag cataract, bro. And he ain't decompressed right from running up the mountain.
You got the excuses for him, man. Please.
I'm throwing spin kicks too. I got excuses.
Anybody who picked Haney, Spence to beat Crawford, I'm telling you right now, they really don't know shit about boxing, and that's the honest truth.
Oh, now this guy want to be Shakur now, bro. He want to be Shakur now.
This guy here, just everybody.
I can tell y'all why. It's real simple. I explain it in the video.
This guy come on, eyes.
I could tell it now. If you pick Haney,
drop it on the channel.
If you pick Spence to beat Crawford, I'm telling you, you really don't know shit about boxing.
That's not true. You can't.
Half the boxing world, including the boxers, don't know nothing about boxing, according to this guy.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Anytime you have
Oh no, Bradley CA agree with freaking fire. I love my show. The show is lit. The show is lit.
have an accident,
Because everybody he says gonna get their ass whipped
there's
knocked
no
out.
way that he can beat Crawford, gentlemen. I'm sorry. There's no way. There's no way.
I know. Bud better stay away from Canelo. He better stay away from Canelo. That's what he better do.
Canelo
Hold on.
black Canelo's eyes to get in the ring. He gonna black his eyes, bro.
When Ugas punched Spence and he stopped in the middle of action to pick up his fucking mouthpiece, that was a clear sign that he was not ready for Crawford. You had to be a fucking idiot to pick Spence.
The referee said stop.
Hey, hold on. No, When Ugas punched Errol, when Ugas punched Bud in the amateurs, then what? He beat him in the amateurs.
The amateurs don't count, man.
Exactly. So why y'all bring it up otherwise? If you want to bring it up then with Devin Haney, don't bring it up now then.
We talking about the pros.
Y'all invalidate your own arguments.
Listen, I gotta get up early in the morning and go get a man his time. So we're gonna go around this room. We're gonna close it out. We can start from frequent and we can come down to 2 cents and then Roscott, and then we make our way around the room. Love you guys. Go ahead, frequent. Say something positive. Say something nice about me. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to thank you for allowing me this opportunity to get up here and cook these guys in the pot. I was kind of hungry, you know what I mean? And salute to the panel, salute to the chat. I think Ryan Garcia has a puncher's chance, like they're saying, but I just don't think it's going to happen, man. I don't think he's going to be able to pull it off. If he does, salute to him. I think it's because of Derek James. I think Derek James, you know what I'm saying, is I think he the greatest, man. If he able to coach Ryan Garcia to a win, or to coach him into looking different in this fight, showing some defense and fundamentals and stuff like that. But I guess he can. It could be a lucky punch or whatever. I don't really believe in luck though. I guess he could probably catch him with a shot. I have a hard time believing that even. But yeah, that's it, man. Wasclot, you 49-2 now. Salute to everybody. I'm out of here.
Salute, frequent. Go ahead. Say something nice about me. Go ahead.
Well, you got a nice little platform here. I love coming up here chit chatting with y'all. Always have a good time. I don't know your schedule. I just be hopping on and seeing you live. And
I'll be real with you. It's going to be probably like Tuesdays. This week is not because I'm going to Texas. I'm going to take the wife out to Texas this week. But normally it's going to be Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and it's going to be at 7 more than likely. But I'm going to get more consistent. We're just trying to work it out with the schedules and everything. But 7 o'clock is usually go-to time though. And I'm going to try to post the thumbnails, a couple of hours before to kind of give everybody a heads up, man. But we love having you up here, 2 cents. 2 cents. Can't nobody really go to war with you, but I can go to war with you. You know what I'm saying? Because
we can do it. We can do it. I'm trying to get I'm trying to get my debate skills up so I can go on here and cook some of these dudes because they don't be on here with no facts.
No, you're right.
Listen, you got it. You definitely got
2 cents is official business, man.
Yes, you know what? I like
your official business.
When you deliver your facts, I like it because everything you do, the way you say things, 2 cents, it's just like you don't waste no time getting to the point, and you don't have to build anything. You just get right there and you say what you got to say, and I think it delivers very, very successfully because we all understand what you mean. I can be totally against you, and I get your points.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
No, that's official. That's really true what he's saying. That's what I like too. But I'll get you after the fight.
Appreciate that. But yeah, I'm gonna hop up here next time. I can't listen. I'm gonna put money on Ryan for the knockout. I do think it's Devin's fight to lose, but like I say, he got to punch his chance.
Somebody got 100 push-ups in the chat. Somebody got 100 push-ups in the chat on who was that for? J Cash. That's for Ryan. Or is that for...
Devin make too many mistakes in there. He going to sleep. Period.
I feel you.
Speak on it.
Got to make the mistake first. But I got you. But listen, I got money. Look, that's a small band. I just took this from my son because he was trying to play with my money. And I told him it's not a game. So I got some more bands downstairs, but just let me know. We can stack them up. I told you we just drop them in the chat. Drop them in the cash app. Put them on hold.
Bradley 68, it's on you. Say something nice about me.
Oh, y'all good. Y'all good play. I just come in and enjoy myself. I don't care about who win and who lost. I just like giving it to y'all because y'all some Hanos clan. And I love getting to y'all. But y'all got a great channel. I hope y'all blow up to the fullest. And Freaker Fry is 0-37. So good luck to your channel. Keep going, man.
I appreciate
Keep going. Blow your
man.
channel up. Keep going, man.
Look,
we love having you on here. We love having you on here, bro. Straight up.
You see that right there? That's for you. That's for you.
The little thumbnail there. Yo, next gen, we didn't even hear from you. You was up here. We didn't even get to hear from you, man. Yeah, what do you want? I mean, not only on your way out, but what do you want to say, man? We didn't even get to. I know we were just Debo and everything. My bad, bro. Go ahead, man.
Y'all good. That's what happened. I just came in too late. I usually try and catch a little bit earlier, but y'all was already cooking. But I was just coming in because y'all was killing the Ryan supporters. Y'all was killing them, so I was trying to back them up, but y'all was going in, bro.
What you gotta say on it real quick? Let him
speak on it. Speak on it for sure.
I'm gonna say this. Because for the longest time, I've been seen as like a Devin Haney hater by a lot of people, and I'm really not. I just don't think he's had the opponents to kind of show me because he's been the bigger guy. But all I'm gonna say is this: Ryan gonna be the biggest, strongest, fastest, youngest person he's been in the ring with that can probably match his speed, that can probably match or exceed his speed with the power. And once the jabs, once both fighters start throwing the backhands, that's when the fight gonna get interesting. Because I promise you, Devin Haney not gonna be able to step and jab all night. But Devin Haney, and people say Devin Haney featherfish. I don't think he featherfish. I think he just got enough power to get you off of him. I don't think he a power puncher, but I think Devin's best attributes is in his accuracy and his placement. Because he can hit you in a spot that make you, think about coming back in there. But I'm gonna just leave y'all with this. I'm gonna have to come back here and cook with y'all, but I'm gonna just leave y'all with this. If Ryan Garcia knock out Devin Haney, is he pound for pound?
If Ryan knocked out Devin Haney? No.
If he knock him out, stop it.
Nope.
So what is Devin Haney then?
Devin Haney's who he is, but Ryan is not that. Ryan will just be somebody who knocked out. Everybody will be like, I'm not going to say he's lucky, but he ain't pound for pound. Well, he ain't no pound for pound. You can't feel comfortable calling Ryan.
I'm going to tell you like this. I'm a Ryan Garcia fan, and I wouldn't put him pound for pound unless he cleared out 140 and maybe got a belt at 147. Because I'm gonna keep it a man. Okay. Ryan Garcia, a weight bully. You're a weight bully. You've been a weight bully. These smaller guys he been fighting, he been doing what he's supposed to do to them. But now just a time, because he got to play catch up, where he can actually fight guys his size at 140, and then we can see what he really made of. Because for Ryan, after he took the L from Tank, it's time for the trainer wheels to come off.
You should have took him off last fight with Duarte.
Yeah,
that part.
I think Duarte was a solid dude, but
Duarte just fought a fight to get knocked. The way he fought was just reckless. Like he was going. Ryan should really got him out of there early. If he anyway, I'm not going to hold up. I gotta go to sleep. I gotta go work in the morning. I appreciate you, Next Gen.
Yes,
thanks for coming by, brother. Salute.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
Definitely. So Dre, go ahead.
All right. Well, I'm going to say that over his last 5 fights, I've really watched Devin Haney go through an evolution. Between the 2 fights with Kambosos, he showed some chinks in his armor, and he improved on those. Fighting with Loma, he showed a different chink in his armor, and he improved on that in his fight with Regis. He is becoming a more complete fighter. He's shown to have good defense. He's got a great jab. He can move. He's got everything but a knockout punch. And that gives him, probably the best chance against Ryan is his defense and movement. Being an excellent boxer, makes him just that much better than most of the guys at 140. I think, he should take care of Ryan. I think he should find a way to go ahead and knock out that mandatory with Sandor and go after Matias or Tio. But I'm looking forward to the fight. I'm hoping that it's as entertaining as we all think it is. I'm going to see some live boxing this weekend down here in Hanover, Maryland. So everybody enjoy, man. And Claymore, I appreciate the channel. I appreciate the opportunity. And Ray, stop pushing my buttons, man. I just was planning on listening tonight.
We ain't leaving you. Ain't nobody leaving you out there. We're gonna get you up in here. We're gonna get you up in here, bro. What you talking about?
Up here, I was like, it's time for you to come up because I seen you in your head shaking. See you shaking your head. What do you mean? But you were shaking your head. I knew it. You know it. See? I was like,
I was shaking my head. Then as soon as I put that comment out there, you jumped right on it, and I'm like, oh man, so he gonna make me have to jump in here.
Yeah, well, listen, your arch rival was here. You just mentioned him. He was like, freaking up here, clowning.
Chestnut checkers. It's chestnut checkers, Dre. It's chestnut checkers. You heard?
Up here, man.
Yeah. We see you up in that chat. Oh, no, he ain't sitting in that chat. Anyway. Salute, Dre. I appreciate you coming up, man.
Man, I appreciate you having the channel and giving me the opportunity.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Talk to you soon.
All right, bet.
All right, Ron Scott, I saved you for last because I already know. Bro. This chestnut checkers. I already knew. So let's get it.
I mean, listen. Thanks for having me on. Thanks for having me defeat frequent loser. It's always nice to hear his voice.
My brother,
knowing that when I jump on,
hey, no protection. You said it.
He's probably the sorriest debaters I've ever seen. I think power doesn't matter. Some of the greatest boxers in the world had no power. Pernell Whitaker, Willie Pep. There's so many of them. Wilfred Benitez. All these fighters wasn't no one-punch knockout artists, but they're all Hall of Famers, and they all were pound for pound at one time. So it doesn't matter if Haney can knock out Ryan Garcia. Doesn't matter if it's split decision, majority decision, unanimous decision. As long as that Haney wins, and I think Haney has all the tools to beat Ryan Garcia. And I missed earlier, I think Boots should focus on who's in front of him now. Stop worrying about Crawford. Crawford is already at an elite level, at a level in his career where he could choose who he wants to fight for the big payday. Boots should focus on who's there in front of him and try to make a name for himself so that one day he could be where Crawford is, and when there's another fighter coming up from that division, then he could play that game whether or not he should fight that person. Salute for having me on, y'all.
No problem.
I appreciate you, Ross Scott. Good
he be dropping
statement, man. I think you addressed a lot, man.
I wasn't with that Spence thing though.
Ross Scott gonna be extreme.
Whoa. And you happy because you was cheering for Bud anyway, so I ain't, man.
You already know I was all right. I was chilling.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I was chilling, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna touch on that, but I'm not even gonna do it. But you know what?
It is what it is, bro. It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Everybody today, it was a good panel. It was some good talks up here.
Good boxing talk up here, man. I love it. I love the way we come together and put in that work and talk about boxing, man. Because boxing, there's so much to talk about in boxing. When I go to some places and I don't see them talking about boxing, it blows me away, bro. We can talk about boxing all day long because boxing always got stuff going on, and it's always different things to talk about in boxing. So, I love it that we're able to capture that energy and the spirit of that conversation on this channel for sure.
Yeah. For real. That's what's up.
I mean? Yo, you guys were just coming in there. I see it says 29 watching now. I got 28 likes in here. Somebody hating, bro. That's all I'm saying. Somebody ain't doing what they supposed to be. Oh, it's at 30. My bad. Thank you, guys. Sorry about that. Whoever I called the hater, I didn't mean to call you hater.
Did you like your own channel? You better like your own channel. I think it's you.
I think I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. There we go. All right, man, guys. Yo, look, appreciate you. It's that ATP Combat Media Show. It's your boy Claymore Rain. It's your boy CK Ray Davis. Catch us the next time. You know what it's going to be. Watch out for the thumbnail. Appreciate everybody for coming in the building. We are grown as a community. The community is getting bigger. Boxing is getting bigger because of this community. And I appreciate all you guys for showing up. And on that note, we out. Peace.
They hate when you elevate. Yeah. They hate when you elevate. Stacking up losses, I'm handing them out. Yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment. I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly. I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate. Elevate. They hate when you elevate. Elevate.